Welcome to the Sofa King Smarks Podcast on our wrestling edition, where we break down all the great action from Smackdown and Raw from this past week. My name's Chet Von Chetsky, and I'm here with my pal, Dat Dude Ben. How the hell are you, buddy?
Salutations, Chet. I'm good. How about you?
I'm doing great.
Good. Wrestling was okay this week. I mean, for me it was. I don't know about you.
I'd have to imagine you had a far better time experiencing wrestling this week than I did, my guy.
I did. I was at the Smackdown edition, Friday night Smackdown. It was here in Glendale where the Phoenix Coyotes used to play.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, it's a pretty good venue.
Yeah.
And it's right next door to the Arizona Cardinals Stadium too.
Oh, phenomenal.
So yeah, me and my brother. I got my brother to come with me because usually it's my son who comes with me, but he had work, so my brother convinced my brother, and he's a pretty casual wrestling fan. I mean, me and him grew up watching wrestling together, except I became a Smark and he didn't. He actually got a life, and I didn't. So yeah, it was fun. It was a great time. He had a blast, which was my main focus. I wanted to make sure that he had a good time. Smackdown Live was good. I can tell you right now. Because I did rewatch SmackDown, and the crowd chants, the crowd was hot. It was real.
Oh, they were hot. It was awesome.
And when we get there, I'll tell you the reason why, because there's a specific reason why that crowd was hot.
Nice. I can't wait to hear it.
Yeah. Oh, it's not good. It's not a good reason.
Oh, okay.
It pissed me off. That's why people were pissed off.
Still can't wait to hear it.
Yeah.
All right, so this week's show opens with the 16-time champion, the GOAT, John Cena. He comes out to some raucous Cena chants. The crowd's hot. The place is going insane. You don't get Cena every so often, so you got to show the man some love. Yep. He's done nothing but give to the WWE his entire career. He's caught a lot of flack, but
not entirely his fault. That
no, not his fault. You get shoved down the throat. Eventually everybody's gonna hate you.
Yeah, it wasn't like Hogan. Hogan, he forced everyone to job to him.
Yeah, you're gonna take the leg, brother. All right, so Cena comes out. He talks about all the things he's done since he's returned to WWE. He talks about he's been a talk show guest. He's been a host. He's been a backstage correspondent. Then the what chants start happening. He's been a referee. What? Referee. What? A figure who enforces the rules during a match. What? And he's like, that's all I got. And it was got a good chuckle out of the crowd.
Yeah, it was pretty funny.
And then he begins to run down the cities he's been to so far. But he says that he's not here to be any ref. He doesn't want to be no host. He don't want to be no backstage correspondent. He came back to the company to fight.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Fighting around the world.
Yeah, absolutely. And he says tonight is special because he wants a match and the crowd is hot for it. He says tonight is a good night for a match. Asking the crowd, and they respond, yes, basically. Mm-hmm. Enjoy. But for some of us who watched wrestling long enough, I knew there was going to be no match this evening.
Yeah, some shenanigans.
Already.
Yeah. Yeah, that's where I had to bring my brother down to reality. He's like, "Oh, right, Cena match." And I was like, "No, relax."
No, you probably got one after the show.
Oh, we got a dark match, yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
But I was like, "No, relax. It's not going to be a crowd was gone by that time."
Yeah. And he tells himself that he's looking for a fight with the bloodline. He's pissed at him. Mm-hmm. But he can't face him on his own, so he's found himself a partner. But he hasn't just found himself any partner. He's found himself a phenomenal partner to face the bloodline. And out comes AJ Styles to another huge ovation. The crowd was hot for everybody.
Oh, man. I'll tell you this. Arizona loves AJ Styles. He is a great out here, man.
Yeah, he's awesome. He's also looking way bigger than he has in the past.
Oh, he looks ripped.
Yeah, he's on some vitamins, if you know what I'm saying.
Yeah.
That triple HGH.
Triple H. Shit.
Yeah, so Styles asked Cena, he was like, "You want me to be your partner to face the bloodline?" And the crowd starts yelling, "Yes."
Yep.
And so he turns around, looks up the ramp, and he says, "If you want some, come get some." And out come old Jim Uso and Solo Sikoa. And they come strutting down the ramp like they're about to get a little physical with the boys.
Yeah.
They jumped up on the ring apron and then retreated like the heels that they are and should.
Yeah.
It was your standard cookie cutter, big time baby face needs a partner. Partner shows up, heels come out, heels retreat. You don't get anything. Mm-hmm. But the crowd was excited. I thought it was still awesome. And when the crowd's hot, they can make anything great.
Yes. So before before Cena came out, before we actually went on air, first Friday Night Smackdown, the reason why the crowd was so hot was because they do this kind of video promo of what's going to happen, things like that. You're going to get the crowd going. And they fucking announced that The Rock was going to be there.
Tonight?
Yeah.
I mean, that night? What the fuck?
Yeah. That's why the crowd was so freaking hot.
That's why they were chanting Rocky later, because I got that in my notes. Like,
yeah.
I know, I mean, they got to know that he ain't going to be back the next damn week.
So, me, because I'm a fucking idiot, I'm like, oh, shit. I'm like, oh, shit, The Rock's going to be here. And my brother's like, oh, cool. Let's, I would, we were marking out for The Rock. And then I'm thinking to myself, no, they can't do that. They can't announce The Rock and him not showing up. But then I'm all like, man, I'm a fucking smart. Is he? He might just come. He might just come and show up. Nope.
I mean, hey, at 9:58 or I guess 6:58 your time, you're still thinking there's a chance.
There's a chance. But yeah, that's the reason why the crowd was so hot, because they announced The Rock in a small segment.
Oh man,
it had a picture of The Rock, and it said tonight, and the crowd was just on fire.
Oh man, that's selling a false bill of goods, dude.
But you know what?
Dangling the carrot right in front of you.
But you know what, Chet? Because they did that. This is standard crowd control. You set the tone for the emotion of it. You get the crowd to cheer for the good guys really, really loud, and you get the crowd to boo for the bad guys really, really loud. So from WWE standpoint, from the production standpoint, genius. Strictly genius.
It is a good idea.
Very, very good idea.
But I mean, that's a big FU to me.
Yep. All right. Well, what else? What else happened on SmackDown, Chat?
All right. Well, next up, you had Rey Mysterio Jr., United States Champion, and Santos Escobar versus I can't tell if they're heel or face. What's going on? Street Profits. And I don't know if you noticed from when Santos and Zelina Vega came out, and she was looking fine.
Oh yeah.
Did you notice how Rey was about like 5 seconds behind him? He looks like he just came sauntering out like he was late to.
No,
I don't know what they're teasing, because I honestly don't care. I don't want either of these guys to be a champion. I don't care about them fighting. I don't care about them liking each other, loving each other, hating each other. Their hatred for Dominic. I don't care. Like, LA Knight should have won that title in July or whenever he fought Theory.
Santos Escobar as a heel is great. So I'm looking.
I liked him in NXT.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to this this potential heel turn from Santos. But now that you mention it, I do remember now Zelina Vega and Santos were kind of,
like Rey just came just slowly walking out.
Yeah.
He was just like booyaka.
They came out.
I mean, they're teasing something. And,
yeah, they're teasing something.
I hope Santos turns heel. Because I really like the Legado del Fantasma.
Legado del Fantasma.
Yeah, I thought they were great.
Yeah, they're great. The teasing.
I like foreign heels.
Yeah, the teasing. I have blue balls already. He goes, come on, give it to me.
Yeah.
Give me what I want.
Damn.
Give me what I want.
Yeah.
You got it. Give me what I want.
Yeah, Hunter. Give me what I want. All right. So as they come back from commercial backstage, I don't know if they showed you this guys there live. Because sometimes when I go, they don't show you all the backstage segments they show on TV.
Okay.
They show you some. But Cena and Styles are backstage, and they see Pierce in the hallway, and they want to face the Bloodline.
Yeah,
tonight.
we saw that.
You saw that? Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. And so Pierce says, the things with the Bloodline, it's complicated. And this was probably made me laugh the most was both of him and Styles are like complicated. And then Cena goes, quantum mechanics is complicated. And then Pierce says, I'm going to find Heyman and I'll get back to you. And Cena and Styles look at each other and just go, okay. I mean, that's the best we're going to get out of this right now. All right, so next up, out come the heel face Street Profits. And they still have their face music and all the cups. Week to week, I don't know what's going on with them. I'm ready for the Hurt Business, dude, or whatever they want to call it. Just be badass.
I mean, when they came out, like you said, we don't know what they are. But what I liked about this whole segment with them, the whole match and seconds after, is that they're telling the story now, which they used to not do this. They haven't done this in a while where they come out as face. Do we know their faces? Do we know their heels? But now you're slowly transitioning to the heel side, which I'm enjoying. I tend to, when I watch wrestling, I tend to see it half full.
Yeah. You know what? I'm with you there, dude. All I need is a little bit of logic to make me look at something a little bit better.
Yeah, because when
you mention it, they don't build anything up.
No,
and here I am bitching.
They don't. But you know what? That's why we're Smarks. Two Smarks are better than one.
Yeah, 2 Smarks are better than one.
They're also worse than one too.
Your bird in your hand is better than 2 Smarks in the bush.
Yeah, you got it. Yeah. It's the cups. There was, I don't know if they showed on TV all that well, but there was like 1,000 cups. It was raining. Yeah. It was raining cups for a hot minute.
It looked like a bunch of cups.
Yeah, a lot of them. And it's like, was that really necessary? give me like 20 cups.
How does it work when they clean them up? Like once they come out and then they go, like, is there like 5 guys with brooms? Like while the beginning of the match is like zoomed in.
That's exactly what it is. There's just some guys because you draw the attention to the match and me being a fucking spark, and we say that a lot. I tend to look at like how everything's running. So yeah, there's about 2 guys just out there mopping up everything with the garbage bag.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
That's what I figured it was.
Yeah, it's good. It's fun.
All right, so next, they announced the attendance at 15,109, and that's a pretty stout attendance. Which actually, the last time I went to Smackdown, which was in February for the Go Home show, the Elimination Chamber, when Sammy was hot, yeah, that was like 15 and some change, and that there wasn't a seat in the building open, not one.
15,000?
Yeah, was this 15,109 was the announced attendance.
Was this before the match or after the match?
This was right as they came out. He was announcing it either during their entrance. I can't remember if they cut to commercial during the entrance, after the Street Profits, or it was just as they were walking down the ramp. He had, Michael Cole announced it. Or it might have been Kevin Patrick. I don't know.
I don't know if that place holds 15,000. I mean, it was packed. Don't get me wrong, because clearly you can hear the crowd.
Yeah.
But I don't know if it was packed.
And I mean, any SmackDown immediately takes out 20 to 25% of the seats of your capacity. Because the stage.
It says here 20,000 people capacity.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I mean, I now that you mention it, because obviously the stage is cut off, it was packed. I mean, it was amazing because that's a pretty good. It's like I said, that's a Coyotes play there, so you definitely can stack up a lot of people. So yeah, 15,000 seems pretty legit.
Yeah, I can tell you exactly how many tickets were sold here in just a second. Let's see. Well, I'll pull that up. All right. So during the match,
Mm-hmm.
it was some good action, but I just wrote down there was a huge Hurricane Rana spot with Santo to Ford.
Yeah.
It looked amazing on TV, and I bet it looked incredible in person.
Yeah, it looked pretty good. One of the spots that I don't know if it translates great on TV, but when I believe it was either one of the Street Profits grabs Rey Mysterio and drags him outside to the ring, and he flops on the mat.
Yeah,
that slap was hard. Like the crowd was like, "Ooh," you had that face because it was a loud slap.
Yeah, that was pretty cool. Dawkins had a enormous spine buster.
Oh, his
huge.
Dawkins is severely underrated.
Yeah, he's gotten in a lot of much better shape over the past year.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
I mean, he's great.
I think that's the reason why they haven't split him up, because you see the improvement on Dawkins. Because right now, before everyone thought that Dawkins was holding Ford back, which he kind of is still, but it's definitely night and day compared to what he used to be.
Yeah, I got the updated ticket sales for the Desert Diamond Arena.
Okay.
11,495 tickets were sold with a setup of 11,697.
Now, was this before or after the refunds?
This is the day of. There's if you follow WrestleTix on Twitter, he constantly updates all the tickets sold, distributed, and how the setup is for Ticketmaster and all the websites. He's like one of the more legit people, because he doesn't care about what they announce. He's just how many tickets did Ticketmaster sell?
Yeah, we could talk about that during news and rumors, because there's something that happened with the ticket sales for Friday.
Oh, okay, yeah, we'll touch on that. Absolutely.
Right. Excellent.
All right, so back to the match.
Yeah.
So all of a sudden, Lashley interferes as Rey Mysterio is going to get back in the ring, and he hits him with this devastating modified spine buster choke slam.
Yeah, it was great.
Onto the apron, it looked like it hurt like hell.
Yeah. My brother was like, Lashley's arms are long. I was like, yeah, bro.
Yeah,
he's a beast down there.
Ain't the only thing he's got long.
Yeah. What do you mean? What else?
Oh man, you gotta ask Lana that one.
Yeah, for sure. Oh man, but yeah, that spot was great. It was great. That was my favorite spot of the night.
Yeah, that was awesome.
Yeah.
All right, so then after that, he rolls Rey Mysterio back into the ring, but then Dawkins looks up and he hesitates, like, "Huh? What? You cheated?" And then, he gets the old-fashioned good old roll-up. And so Lashley, he leaves in disgust alone. He walks up the People's Ramp. He's pissed. Speaking of the People's Ramp, next up, they did the Rock recap, which is probably what in their minds they can say, "We told you he was on the show." Yeah.
Yep.
And now, 1 week later, he's up to 153 million views on social media.
Such a great segment.
Yeah, it was awesome.
It was great.
And the way they cut it down, I thought they were going to replay the whole thing. I was cool with it, and they still cut it down. It was still awesome.
The kid next to me was like, "Is he going to say asshole?" And I just wanted to say, "Yeah," but his dad was.
Little man. Whenever he comes out here later.
Yeah.
Oh man! Every time the past few years, I go to shows and you hear all the kids like, "Oh my God, Dad, John Cena! I hope John Cena's here tonight." And I'm just like, "Sorry, son.
Sorry, fucking Mark.
Yeah.
What a loser."
Yeah, he's out keeping the peace.
Yeah, yeah,
yeah. He got time for this shit out here in Topeka, Kansas.
The middle of fucking nowhere.
Yeah.
Jinx.
All right. Did you catch Michael Cole? His horrible. He was like, "If you smell."
Yeah.
Oh man.
First of all, I want to backtrack a little bit. When Michael Cole came out, his pop was almost as loud as AJ Styles.
Really?
Which blew my fucking mind. Don't get me wrong. Michael Cole is the best wrestling announcer, and take it with a grain of salt because there's not that many great wrestling announcers right now. But this was fucking cringe.
Oh,
Jesus Lord, that sucked.
Well, I
It's
know
hard
you
to
don't
defend
watch
him.
AEW or or regularly or AEW Collision, but they have the best announced team in wrestling. Nigel McGuinness and Kevin Kelly.
Yeah,
it reminds me of they're good. It's just a good 2-man team. They're not sitting out there giving you the fluff. Nigel he has such a vast knowledge of wrestling.
I don't watch AEW.
Yeah, I don't blame you. It's not that great.
It's not great.
I quit watching Collision when CM Punk got fired. So
I stopped watching AEW right before Cody left, after Adam Page won the belt.
That empty-headed dumb fuck Adam Page.
Mm-hmm. You know what? You know what's worse, Chet? I fucking flew to Minneapolis to watch that fucker win the belt, and I can't stand him.
I mean, that was the highlight of his run. After that,
yeah, it was great.
Bland vanilla champion.
Yep, missionary bland vanilla champion.
Yeah. I mean, he had a stellar match with Danielson at Winter is Coming. They had that 60-minute draw, I think. Yeah, that was phenomenal.
But that's it.
That's it.
Then I stopped.
Yeah. I don't blame you.
it's just hard. I can't stand Excalibur or Shivani.
Shivani's terrible. I love Taz though.
Taz is great.
Taz is fucking awesome. And nowadays he doesn't give 2 fucks. He is fed the fuck up with Shivani. He doesn't give a shit about that stupid fuck with the sock on his head.
Excalibur. Oh, I don't want to say what he looks like, but because we might get canceled.
No, you can't get canceled.
No, it's good. We'll move on. We'll move on.
Right on.
After
fuck
what happened?
You, Excalibur. How about that?
Excalibur. Yeah, fuck that guy. Rock recap. Everything was great.
Yeah. All right. Yeah. So then, during the recap where Michael Cole is jizzing in his pants talking about it, Theory hops the railing from behind. Did you notice him running down, or did you see it once he hopped over? No,
they did a good job of hiding him, because the crowd didn't have a reaction when he came out. I mean, when he was coming through the crowd.
Oh, okay. He probably just walked down slowly with a hoodie on. I mean, it looked like he was wearing a black hoodie.
Yeah.
All right, so next up, I'm thinking, I don't know exactly how this went, but I thought they were going to commercial or something. Like, you just got that feeling.
Yeah.
And so I look down at my phone, and all of a sudden I just hear some bullshit, some women talking. I look up and I go, the fuck, what is this? And I was like, oh, never mind. It's like September. They're promoting Hocus Pocus Marathon next month. Yeah, and I'm like, oh, that's what. And then I was like, oh, no. It's that ginger lady and that one woman that looks like she just got her 30-day meth chip for being sober. I don't know their names. I know one of their names. I'm lying. I don't know the other ones because they changed it. I'm sorry. I call it like I see it, brother.
I don't know their names either.
I know the good looking, the better looking one is Isla Dawn.
Yeah.
And the other one, I know her name before they changed it. It was Kaylee Ray.
Kaylee Ray, yeah.
I don't know what it is now.
I mean, they haven't done anything for us to even care about it. So
no, they show up like once every 3 months, have a couple tag team matches, and then they get the fuck out of there.
Yeah, fill the time slot.
Yeah, go back to catering. Oh,
with the Street Profits.
Funny, we just mentioned catering.
Yeah.
Next up, backstage, Bobby Lashley is pissed. At Street Profits. He is fed up.
He is pissed.
Yeah, he is disgusted at them for not finishing the job, or actually, he said finishing the deal. He wants his suits back. He wants his watches back, and he says you can go sit and cater, and he'll find someone else.
Ooh.
And I was like, business is picking up because something's going to happen. Something's got to start happening now. Like you were talking about earlier, the storyline, and they're actually having something progress. That was something like throughout the show. It was, it wasn't just the match, and then it was never spoken about again.
Yep.
A lot of things had a follow up, whether it was just quick 30 seconds or It was nice. It wasn't just some hodgepodge of crap put together that Vince McMahon scrapped and threw darts at a board right before.
The one thing that I'm a very critical, analytical person, and the one thing that I loved about this segment was the usage of going to catering. Going to catering is now used as like bottom of the barrel, in wrestling, and for him to use that was like, hey, you fucked up so bad that you're not at the bottom of the barrel, which is great.
I mean, there's only one step after that, and you got to break down the ring.
Yeah,
you don't even get fed.
You don't even get fed.
No, what's the old thing? Hot dog and a handshake.
Hot dog and a handshake, and a flat soda.
Oh yeah, or if it's Vince McMahon, you're a woman. Can you handshake my hot dog?
Shake my hot dog and ND8.
Yeah, a hand job and a hand. All right. So next up, they have one thing WWE does better than anybody. Is their video hype packages.
Oh, Lord, yes.
Because this Asuka Io Sky package was phenomenal. Mm-hmm. It was great. All the way back to both of them being on their times in NXT and Asuka's undefeated streak. We're not going to talk about how that ended. It was phenomenal video. Everything was great about it. But my first initial thoughts once they announced that the title match was tonight was sweet. This is going to be a sweet, awesome match.
Yep.
These women can wrestle. Mm-hmm. But then I also went, wait, there's absolutely no build up to this. And I'm happy I'm watching this match, but it's just kind of coming out of nowhere. And it feels like this thing could be built bigger.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
And who knows, maybe they're building to something bigger, but I don't like when it starts off with the challenger losing.
One of the comments I made to my brother was, because I had no idea this match was happening, and I told my brother, I was like, look, because he didn't know who Io Sky is, and I said, look, if they give these girls the proper time and the proper script for this fight, it's gonna be a banger. But
it was a banger.
It was. But I said, if it's something shady, then it might ruin the match. And even though the match ended the way it did, it was still a fucking banger of a match.
Oh, it was awesome. I was into it from the start.
Oh,
I was pumped.
Did I send you the picture of Io Sky doing the splits?
No, you didn't.
Oh, well, I will.
All right, sweet.
Yeah, she does the splits, and she
does it like waiting in the corner while like the opponent walks down, doesn't she?
Yeah, and I'm like,
Your mic is scratching again.
Oh, sorry.
You're good.
I backed up a little bit. That's why. Let me know when you're ready.
Oh, you're good, brother. Go ahead.
Okay. Yeah. So I have a picture where she does the splits because I'm a perv sometimes, and my brother was like, "Damn." You can see Bailey. I said, Bailey has a nice one. He's like, "Oh, I don't even know who she is, and I can see it right from here." We were kind of at the top, so it was good times. But no, that match was phenomenal. It was great.
Oh yeah,
loved it.
So Io makes her entrance, and she comes out with Bailey and Dakota Kai. Mm-hmm. I don't know if you noticed, but Bailey just did not have a happy look on her face at all.
No, she didn't.
Like she chippered up like once the match started, but as she walked down, she looked miserable. Like it's either I should be fighting for this title or I started this group. How she's the champion, and I don't know if it.
I personally think it's the whole Shotzi thing. Shotzi's still after her. Maybe she has a face of concern, or she just doesn't want to be there because Shotzi's.
You know what? You're absolutely right, dude. Because I forgot about that non-intriguing storyline so much it didn't even cross my mind.
Yeah, it didn't cross my mind until I rewatched SmackDown.
I'm not going to lose any hair over it,
Yeah, no.
All right, but next up,
that's because you're bald.
Charlotte Flair's music.
Mm-hmm.
And in my notes, I wrote, "What the fuck? What the fuck? Why? Fuck my life."
Mm-hmm.
And that's how I feel.
That's exactly what I put. I put "fuck my life" in all caps.
I put "fuck my life" in all caps. I also write in all caps, but I meant it double.
Yeah.
God damn. I mean, every time there's an intriguing women's storyline going, she has to stick her 14th nose in their business.
Yep.
Oh, I can't stand it. And up until 3 years ago, where I started, or 4 years ago, where I started getting really sick of her. I thought she still is one of the best ever. She's a phenomenal wrestler.
Can't take that away from her.
That match with Rhea Ripley at WrestleMania was great.
Oh.
Another one you saw live, correct?
Yes, sir.
So don't get me wrong. I give respect. She's a phenomenal wrestler. It's just, every time.
She's the male John Cena at this point, because that's what happened with John Cena. That's why people got fed up with John Cena, because even though he was in the title picture, he was randomly dragged into the title picture for no apparent fucking reason. And that's what made most of us sick of John Cena. And the same thing's happening with Charlotte Flair. The only difference is that people actually legit hate her, because she brings nothing to the table aside from possibly a good match, but no promo skills. Just that's it.
I mean, the only thing I can say is good about Charlotte is every time I see her, it's always in Charlotte, so the place goes nuts. And then, like, the last time I was there was when she beat Natalya for the title, and Ric Flair came out of nowhere, and that was awesome.
Oh yeah, I would pop for that.
So when the Queen's in the Queen City, everybody's gonna bow down, I guess. And I'm here for any Natalya loss.
Yeah, me too. Me too.
But let's see. Back to the match. During the match, there was a couple big moves. It was like back and forth early.
Yep.
Io hit this double knee, like meteor thing, and it was straight to the titty. Yeah. And Asuka, she looked pissed. So Asuka goes and throws Io up on the top, over the top rope, and starts kicking the shit out of her head. And I just wrote tit for tat.
It's that Japanese strong style, man.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
And the only other notes I have, or the next note I have, is after a couple more minutes, because I'm staring at the screen. I couldn't even take notes. The match was so awesome. I was like, they are beating the shit out of each other.
Yeah, I mean, I counted 5 or 6 missile drop kicks, and those are some stiff drop kicks, man.
Yeah,
it was. I mean, I loved it. They could have easily fought forever.
Yeah,
crowd chanted. This is awesome. This was great.
Match of the night is highlight of the show to me. Other than Cena coming out and the crowd being just so jazzed for that, I'm always there for that.
Yeah.
Towards the end of the match, Asuka and locks Io into the Asuka lock, and she has this awesome like chain wrestling, or not chain, like just transition from Asuka lock to Asuka lock, and Io looks like just desperation is setting in. Like they did everything so well. The facial, the moves, they beat the shit out of each other. Io had like a welt on top of her forehead after the match. From, I'm pretty sure, where Asuka kicked her when I was just talking about a minute ago.
For reals. Yeah, for realsies.
Yeah. No fakesies.
I mean, I think it was a Kimura lock into the Asuka lock, I think.
Yeah. Well, actually, there was like 6 different Asuka locks into the Kimura, into another Asuka lock.
Yeah, you're right.
And then Bayley grabs Io's foot, puts it on the rope. So Charlotte decides to stick her 14th nose in the business again. And so she comes out down and punches Bayley. And then Io hits the double knees again to the back of Asuka, and then hits over the moonsault for the win. Beautiful moonsault. Beautiful. And at one point, I could see the match finishing either way. Yeah. And I would have been happy because it was such a great match. Yeah. I'm glad Io won. I'm a huge Io fan. Yeah, me too. Yeah, it was great, man. I mean, it was again, the crowd being so hot made the match even better. It's all little tangibles that make matches better. Yeah, it was great. I loved it. There's nothing else I can add to it because it was just so great. Sweet. All right, so next up, Adam Pearce backstage goes in. The Bloodline is in their locker room, and Paul Heyman. Pearce walks in and he brings the Bloodline and Heyman a contract for a tag match at Fastlane. And Heyman's like, Fastlane? I didn't agree to that. Does Roman Reigns know about this? So And so as he's overlooking the contract, Jim Uso just looks at it real quick, nonchalantly goes, "Looks good to me."
Yeah.
He's very cocky, arrogant.
Yeah.
He's got this smirk and this swagger about him. Like, and I like it. I think it's awesome. Solo's over there in the corner just mean mugging him.
Yeah, they're letting Jim do his thing, which is great.
They're letting both of them do Jim and Jay, and it's awesome. Yeah. And then so as after Jay says, "Looks good to me," Heyman tells Jim, "Those decisions come from Roman Reigns." Jim just slips out. He says, "Tell me what he says, Oos."
Yeah, it was great.
Leaves with this cocky ass big smile on his face.
Yeah, crowd loved it. Got a good chuckle out of
Heyman looks stunned, like, "I can't believe he just said that to me." And Solo then tells Heyman, "Don't worry about it. After tonight, there won't be anybody left." And then Heyman goes, "Call Roman Reigns," and that whole stick.
Yeah. At least they're on this. It sounds like Solo and Jim are on the same page.
Yeah. I like it. I like where that story's progressing.
Even though we know they already jumped the shark with this whole story, but they're still trying, in my opinion, to try to make it as best as possible.
The course correction, I don't see too many ways that could have made it any better by the botch job they did.
Yeah, that was so bad.
Yeah. But next up, we got the Brawling Brutes versus Austin Theory and Grayson Waller. I don't have a whole lot from this match. There was a funny line during the match that Kevin Patrick said to Michael Cole because he was talking about finding holes in something. And Kevin Patrick told Michael Cole, he's like, "You're just a habitual hole finder." And me being the twisted mind I am, I found that too funny.
Yeah.
Maybe the best thing Kevin Patrick's ever said.
Yeah.
Other than the time he made me laugh so hard because he was like, "We are 33 days from WrestleMania 39.
33 days.
33. I was like,
33.
"Jeez." During the match, the Brawling Brutes hit a double 10 beats to the Bowery.
That was cool.
Yeah, that looked pretty good. And Graves had a pretty decent line. Got a little chuckle out of me because he was like, shouldn't it be the 10 beats of Big Ben? They're both British, not Irish." And like Cole and Patrick were just like, "Oh yeah."
That's good.
And then I got A-Town down 1, 2, 3. It was a good match.
It was a good
Ridge
match.
Holland looked the best he ever did. Those belly to belly overhead tosses, those looked amazing on TV.
Theory and Waller had great chemistry. That little jump that when Grayson Waller does to the ring, where he jumps from the apron inside the ring, it's so smooth because he was trying to jump into the ring and then jump and do, I don't know, a DDT on the big guy. I forgot what the big guy's name is. Rich Holland, and Rich Holland just shoves him out of the way. That was a pretty cool sequence.
Was awesome.
And then Austin Theory tries, comes down, he kicks out of that. But it was good. It was a good match. The chemistry with Theory and Waller was amazing, and I can't wait for them to keep tagging.
Yeah, I like good little shit stirring heels.
Yeah, they're both great.
Absolutely.
The Theory had a lot of boos coming in because if people hate him, I don't know why they hate Theory so much. I mean, I think he's great. I think
I think he's phenomenal.
Yeah.
It's just going to make him better.
Yeah, exactly.
Like, I already think, and I'm not saying by no means he's good on the microphone.
No.
But he's better now than he was during his promos with John Cena. Just you could tell in his tone and his cadence. It's a lot smoother. He sounds a little more natural. He's getting there. Not to mention he's a phenomenal athletic specimen.
When Theory comes out, my brother's like, "Who's that guy?" I said, "Oh, it's Austin Theory. He has a big dick." And he's like, "What?"
Is he DTF?
Yeah. He's like, because his nudes were released. Remember? Yeah.
I've seen him.
I'm like, he has a big cock, and he's like, "Oh, okay." He goes, "Oh, okay, that works. That works for me."
Yeah.
That's the best way.
Long Dong Silver, they call him.
Yeah. So that's how I describe Theory now to people. But before that match, Pretty Deadly had a pretty funny vignette, a little segment where the blonde one is at the hospital, and the doctor's like trying to just explain to them how the injury is affecting how the road to recovery, and the whole segment was pretty funny. The whole crowd was laughing almost through the entire segment because it was pretty funny. He's crying. The blonde guy's crying, and he's like, "Yo, you'll get better." And it's like, "No, you're just on my hair." I thought that was hilarious. I thought that was really funny.
I kept thinking, I was like, did I see this? Because I don't have any notes on it, but I do remember the hair part.
Yeah, that was funny. Yeah, I had the crowd laughing.
Yeah, I like them. My brother, every time we're watching, especially when they were on NXT, he was like, "What's their name again?" He would just go, "Purely Sexy." And I go, "Yeah, man, that's their name, dude."
That's actually better than Pretty Deadly, but
yeah, Purely Sexy.
But yeah, these guys, I think, if they could be these coward comedic heels, they could possibly be I would say I can't see them as tag champs right now, just because these comedic heels don't really make it that far for tag teams. But if they get serious, I can see them. They have pretty good chemistry, so I can see them becoming tag champs, maybe.
Yeah, I'm here for it.
They split the belts, I think.
Please split the belts and make new belts.
Yeah, Finn Balor's like, "Oh, we have all the gold." Do you know what gold looks like, my guy?
Nickel and silver, dude.
Yeah, copper. Remember when the red belts were copper?
Oh yeah. When the New Day had them.
Yeah, when the New Day had them, they're copper, and the SmackDown belts were silver. Yeah, they're garbage. So
I miss the tag team belts, the SmackDown tag team belts that looked like the old late 90s tag team belts.
Yeah, when so you had the WWE belt tag team champions, and then you had the world tag team champions, and Charlie Haas and Shelton Benjamin had
the world's greatest tag team.
Yeah, those belts look amazing.
That was probably the person I was pissed off the most got released.
Shelton Benjamin.
I mean, I'm a big Shelton Benjamin guy.
Yeah,
he grew up right up the road from where I did.
Oh, no way.
Yeah.
Nice. Yeah,
he's South Carolina boy. Oh yeah.
Wasted talent there. Not on his part. For WWE wasting the talent.
Oh, for sure. I mean, those early Money in the Bank matches.
Okay.
He was the highlight of the show.
Yeah.
Let's see here what we got. So they announced next week. Oh, I can't wait. Let me tell you. Santos Escobar versus Rey Mysterio Jr. for the U.S. Championship.
I was like, yay.
Yay. All right, next up, the main event of the evening. So they say, even though there was no match.
Yeah.
I also have a little nitpick here
for
the contract signing. Because they said that there is for one of the main events of Fastlane.
Yeah.
You can mark this down right now. There's one main event to a show. That's it.
Yep.
Not two main events. In UFC, you can get away with co-main event just because they've always used it. But there's not two main events.
Yeah. Co-main events like in boxing and UFC.
Yeah.
Those matches are usually it's like the old terms Intercontinental Championship. Back then, when the IC champion was the next up and comer. And that's like the co-main event was that the two people or the wrestlers, the fighters or whatever that were soon going to be main event stars. But no, you can't have two main events. It's stupid.
I hate that way more than local medical facility or title opportunity.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're trying to make something that isn't. It's not a thing.
Yeah.
But then wrestling can be anything you want it to be. So who am I to judge?
Yeah. Yeah, you fucking smart.
Yeah.
Get it together.
Goddamn smart. All right. All right, let's see here.
So during this contract signing,
Yes.
Before
During the contract signing.
Before we get into it, Chat, I don't know if I told you that I don't have a gallbladder. So my stomach constantly hurts. And especially when I eat something, it hurts. So during this segment, my brother went and got me some chips because I didn't want to eat anything heavy. And I got the bubble guts during this segment. and I'm like, do I shit my pants and wait for The Rock to come out?
Oh, shit!
Or do I run to the bathroom and miss The Rock coming out?
Oh, man, Chet, I'm going to shit the fuck out of my pants, dude.
Chet, I was sweating balls because I was trying to hold it in so bad.
They called me Steamy Ray Vaughan up in that bitch because I done shit my britches.
I had no idea what to do, man. I felt like I wanted to cry. Like my stomach was rumbling. My brother was like, "Go to the bathroom." It's like, it's just, you'll miss it. Oh well, man. It was. I felt like this segment took an hour because
I bet it did. It seemed long on TV because they had to finish the show.
Yeah,
and also whenever we finish up talking about whatever happened, I can explain.
Yeah,
there was something else that was supposed to happen.
Yeah. So I ended up going to the restroom because I was like, no, I'm not going to shit my pants here in front of all these people.
Not in front of the announced crowd of 15,109.
Yeah.
Just so you know, 11,183 people would have saw your shitty pants.
Yep. Smelled it too. So that's my SmackDown story. I almost shit my pants.
How'd SmackDown go? Shitty.
So yeah.
What, John Cena there? That's why I shit myself.
It's so good at shitting pants.
Yeah, they call it the brown bomber. Shit so good, they shit yourself.
I have no shame, Chet.
Shit.
I have
you
no
get
shame.
Your weed from Mr. Cheezel? From you, Dante.
That's so stupid. But yeah, that's my story. Sorry. Continue.
Hey, dude, that's pretty solid story.
Yeah.
Dude, you were in between a rock and a hard place.
Yeah. No, it was more of a rock and a soft place. Because my pants would have been hella soft after that shit myself.
Ding. All right. So out comes Cena.
Yeah.
And then all of a sudden, as Cena's in the ring, they cut to the back where Jim Uso is attacking AJ Styles. And then he throws him over some, what are those things called? What are those boxes for the production boxes cases?
The storage cases?
Yeah, storage cases. So he throws them over that, and all of a sudden the camera pans up, and Solo Sikoa is like standing on top of some scaffolding, I guess.
Yeah.
And he just gives out a primal roar and just dives off. And, they got it perfectly, the camera in a perfect position where you don't see the landing. And they did a good job with the sound effect.
Yeah, they
where
did.
You didn't hear the crash pad that like they've done in the past.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, it was pretty well done.
Yeah, it was good.
And they had like the electrical explosions going off in the back. And WWE officials are trying to move around all these boxes like it's Tetris.
Yeah.
And I don't know if you saw the one guy in a suit. He just full blown runs and just dives over like two of them stacked too high and just gets right in the mix.
Yeah. That was great.
Yeah.
And this is the part I didn't watch live.
Oh yeah. Okay. You were in your own crash pad.
Yeah, I was on my own crash pad. But yeah, on when I rewatched it, they did a great job. Like they're really trying to sell, SmackDown, to the networks. I know it's already, the rumor is it's going to USA or whatever, but they're trying. You can tell that they're trying.
Oh, you can tell on Raw and even I watched a little bit of NXT last night. Now that's the next contract, they're really trying.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah. But let's see here. All right, so then they come back from I believe a commercial. I'm not sure.
Yeah, it was a commercial.
Yeah, and then Heyman comes waltzing down the ramp.
Best part of the night, aside from the match.
Yes, and as he's doing that, AJ is getting stretchered into an ambulance.
Mm-hmm.
So, and after that, Solo and Jim come out, and he goes, "Ladies and gentlemen," and all you hear is, boo.
Those were real boos, by the way.
I mean,
he could not get a word out.
Never been booed, even at the shittiest of Brock Lesnar's, never coming around and people hating him.
Yep, 100%.
I've never seen that get booed.
Loudest boos I've ever heard in my life.
That was
hands down
incredible. It sounded great on TV.
Oh, it was amazing.
Yeah, I wrote huge boos.
Yeah, so did I.
And then, I mean, even Heyman he was stunned. He was like, "You booed ladies?"
Yeah, yeah.
I boo my kosher tuchus.
Yeah, I wrote down holy fucking boos.
Yes, dude, that's what it was. Nuts.
Yeah,
that's what Dominic Mysterio wishes he was getting.
Yeah, he'll get there.
Yeah, no, he'll get there.
Once
they didn't have to do any finagling with the audio on that.
No. Once Dom gets to Philly or Chicago, or New York, Madison Square or something, he'll get those boos.
His ass is grass.
Yeah, his ass is grass.
Yeah, fine. All right. All right. Here's the part where, so Heyman's about to. I don't know if he speaks or he's about to speak. And then Jim just takes the mic from him, and Heyman's pissed.
Yeah, he's super pissed.
Heyman's facials are. Sometimes I go back and watch Brock Lesnar matches and just watch Heyman the whole time. Me and my brother, we just stare at Heyman. We don't even watch the match because we've already seen the match a few times. This is a great match.
Yeah,
we just go back and watch Heyman's react. His facials are some of the best in the business. He's
a great actor. Great acting.
He's a national treasure. Yes,
he is.
Yes, absolutely.
Yeah.
And this is where I was confused because the crowd is chanting Rocky, but it sounded like Rocky. I was certain it was Rocky.
It was.
I was like, maybe it was something else.
It was.
It was Rocky?
It was Rocky because
they hyped you up at the beginning of the show before.
I know it was Rocky because it was when I was coming out of the restroom, rushing to my seat.
Oh,
they're chanting
shit!
So I'm booking it from the bathroom to my seat because all I hear is Rocky, Rocky, Rocky. I'm like, oh my god, I'm gonna fucking watch. I'm gonna catch the Rock. No, fuck me.
Damn.
Fuck me. I almost shit myself for nothing, chat.
Dude, that's hilarious, man.
Good times. But yeah, they chanted Rocky because, like I mentioned earlier, they had announced it. Crowd was way into it. They wanted The Rock to come out, which naturally, I mean, we all wanted The Rock to come out. But, it is what it is. It is what it is.
So, let's see. After the Rocky chants, what was it? What was it? Did Cena say anything, or did they just go straight into? That was when Cena went to AA Solo, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Sorry, I left that out of my notes. So he goes to AA Solo and eats a super kick. Yeah. And that's when he takes the first Samoan spike.
Yeah.
And then Jim goes to the top rope, but he is milking it. Mm-hmm. And the crowd is booing the shit out of him.
We're giving him hell.
Yes. He's just up there soaking it in, doing his job. He's so great. I mean, everything they're doing right now, even with the whatever happened like a month and a half ago, that made you go, "What the fuck with this story?"
Yeah,
they're turning it around. Mm-hmm. Like, I'm enjoying what I'm seeing, and John Cena being in the ring doesn't hurt.
No, not at all.
No,
not at all.
So they hit the Samoan spike. He goes up for a big splash. He comes back down, milks the crowd some more. Did he hit another Samoan spike?
Excuse me. I don't remember.
I don't think so. I think he just went back to the top and was milking another big splash. Mm-hmm. And then Jim grabs the contract from Heyman, signs it, puts it on. Oh, yeah, that's what he does. He grabs the contract from Heyman, signs it, puts it on Cena, and then hits another splash.
Oh, yeah.
To end the show.
Yeah.
With them standing tall over Cena.
Mm-hmm.
And the original ending of the show was the reason AJ Styles' injury angle was because LA Knight was supposed to come out and save him and be his partner. But LA Knight tested for COVID.
Yep.
The day of the show and got sent home.
Yep.
Because that's a thing again, apparently. But that's
Apparently
for another
so.
day and somebody else to talk about.
Yeah, apparently so. Fun fact: after the match, after the show ended, after we went off air, Cena was in the ring for a good 5 minutes, laying down.
Yeah, you sent me a picture.
Yeah, Jessica Carr was trying to get him up, and he was milking it the entire time, and then out comes Montez Ford, and he cuts a heel promo on Cena on how he doesn't want to lose his watch, doesn't want to lose his clothes, so he's going to prove to the world that he can pin John Cena. So we have a dark match, Montez Ford versus John Cena, where John Cena does his 5 moves of doom and pins Ford 1, 2, 3.
Did Ford get anything in?
He got a few things in at the beginning, but nothing too crazy.
No moves where Cena took bumps, really.
No, because Cena was dead practically the entire time.
Oh, that is, yeah. I forgot Cena did die.
Yeah. So once Cena recovered, that's when the 5 moves of doom came in, and he.
Did they enlighten you with a nice women's dark match right after? Because that's usually what they do.
Yeah, they did. It was Becky Lynch versus Zoe Starks. One of the things that I love about wrestling is, I don't know how long you've been watching wrestling, chat, but I've been watching wrestling since
33 years.
Yeah, since I was 4, probably.
Yeah, I just did the math from 4, actually.
Yeah, and the kids around in our area were going ballistic for Becky Lynch. There's a little girl who was she was loudest cheers I've ever heard for in that arena for Becky Lynch, and it was great. It's one of those feel good moments because a lot of these kids, most of these wrestlers, they do it for the kids, and us smarks, we complain and shit on wrestling, but reality is, man, it's mostly for the kids. That's how we grew up. We had no idea when we were kids, cheering on these wrestlers, and that was cool. But Becky Lynch and Zoe Stark was a pretty bad match. It was not good.
I mean, there's nothing about Zoe Stark I find appealing.
Yeah, no.
My brother has the best name for her because he had never seen her before, and then she came out a few months ago, and he's like, "God damn, who the fuck is Mariah Scary?" I was like, "Oh shit! Oh,
that's perfect. That's perfect, Mariah Scary."
God damn.
Oh, that's great.
Yeah.
Jeez. Yeah, she just took the pin, rock bottom or may handle slam, whatever you want to call it. 1, 2, 3 pin. That was the end of SmackDown.
That was the end of SmackDown. Nice.
SmackDown.
Sounds like you had a good time, other than
It was great. It was great. My brother and I went to go eat tacos after that.
Things got a little hairy towards the main event scene, but
yeah. Oh man. That was an emergency. But I topped it off with tacos, and good time with my brother.
Yeah, I always like to, when I almost shit myself, treat myself to some tacos.
Well, in my life, I live that every day.
Oh, I wish I could eat tacos every day.
I'm talking about
literally.
I'm talking about shitting myself.
No, I'm talking about women.
Oh my god. It's fun times.
Yes, sir. All right. You want to get into Monday Night Raw?
Yeah, we can get into it real quick.
All right, absolutely. So Monday Night Raw emanates from Ontario. Don't call me Canada, California. I just found out there was an Ontario, California this week.
Yeah.
Because I heard Ontario, I go, oh, they're in Canada. Every time I hear they're in Canada, it's always a good crowd. So no matter if the show's shit, they're still into it. So it makes it better. Ontario, California.
Ontario triggers me because it's right next. It's close to Rancho Cucamonga, and that's where the fucking Young Bucks are from, and I can't stand those fuckers. God. So I get triggered with that little town.
Rancho Cucamonga. I don't think they have any grass there. Every time I see pictures, nobody has grass.
Oh no, they do. It's
their yard is like gravel.
Oh no, Rancho Cucamonga is a really nice place. It's where the rich people live.
Oh well, I guess the Young Bucks are poor because that's where all the videos I saw.
Oh yeah,
no, they're not poor.
no, they're not poor at all.
No, they live in a really nice place. It just looks like it's like desert, nothing can grow.
Yeah, they're actually best friends with one of my cousins. They actually wrestled with my cousins back in the day.
Oh, right on. Hell yeah.
And I got to meet them once before they got famous, and they're really pieces of shit people. Biggest douchebags you ever meet.
Oh man, dude. What the heck, man? They're Christian, bro.
Yeah, well.
Yeah. But back to Monday Night Raw.
Yeah.
Fuck those
Sorry.
dumb fucks. The show opens with a recap of last week's Jey Uso versus Drew McIntyre match. And it shows the tail end of it where Drew is just watching on as Judgment Day beat down Jey. Because why does he give a shit? He's been screwed over by this man numerous times.
Yep.
And then, Cody runs out for the save. Then they a little brouhaha. That's the end of the video. The show technically opens with Cody Rhodes coming out. And I hate so what do you want to talk about?
Yeah.
But when he says, please indulge me for a moment as I turn my back to the camera. Lame as fuck is what I wrote. Why do you have to tell us? Like, I don't need to know. Just do it. Like, embrace the crowd.
Yeah.
I don't go, oh shit, The Rock turned his back and went on the turnbuckle to address the people. Fuck, he hates me.
Yeah.
I don't understand the point of his, like, I don't know.
He's getting stale for me.
Yeah, he's starting to talk like AEW again.
Mm-hmm.
And that I don't like it. Because I've enjoyed everything. I'm ready for him to finish the story. I hope he does. And if it's not, I hope it's Roman, but we'll talk about that later.
Mm-hmm.
Let's see here. And so he turns his back on the camera. And then he lets the crowd know he's like, someone is going to be traded to SmackDown in return for Jey Uso. And then a little smiling nod at the camera, he goes, we're not in the third inning anymore, which is a shot at Roman Reigns from at the press conference after Mania. When he's like, we're at the bottom of the third or top of the third, whatever he said. Yeah, we're just getting started. But so out comes Judgment Day. Boom. And Damian tells Cody that he's always making it all about him, which is true. Mm-hmm. From AEW to now, Cody makes it all about him. And then, Dominic, he gets on the mic and he starts getting huge boos. But here's where I can officially say with full confidence that no one, in my opinion, can argue with me, is they turn his mic down a hair when the boos happen. Because they turn his mic down when he starts talking, and Cody started talking into his mic unexpectedly. And he was at 40% less, 30% less volume than he was previous.
I didn't even pay attention.
And then as he got like his third word in, they turned his mic up a lot, and you could tell.
I didn't pay attention because, quite frankly, I didn't care about any of this.
Oh no, I don't either. I really don't. I'm so sick of this Judgment Day Cody stuff and the Sammy So the matches are pretty decent, but they're just dragging this out to War Games or whatever the hell they're gonna do.
Yeah, probably War Games.
Yeah. The only thing I can see this intriguing is they did the WCW 3 cages on top. Dominic Mysterio gets takes a stunner from KO from the very top, and they drop all the way down to the bottom, and then Judgment Day dies. Not literally, but the group disbands, and we never see of them again. That's Judgment Day.
Cue the Hulk music.
Yeah, absolutely. There you go. So, all right. So as Dom's talking, Cody lets Dom know that Dom has a real family, and they can't stand him. Which, I mean, it's not news to me.
Yeah,
it's not news to you.
Surprise, surprise.
He fought his dad at WrestleMania. Yeah. You got beef in the family, son.
Yeah.
Thank you, Captain Obvious. So after that, Judgment Day jump up on the apron. And then main event, Jey Uso comes out, shows up to back up Cody. And then Sammy and KO come out from the crowd to also assist. Did you notice KO's shirt?
No.
It was a Rey Mysterio versus Eddie Guerrero shirt.
Oh yeah. I did see the Eddie Guerrero. I didn't know what the other thing was.
I told myself a long time ago I wouldn't buy no more shit from them. I almost went on there and bought that shirt.
That's a good shirt.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So then out comes JD McDonough As Judgment Day's
yawn.
retreating because it's now 4-on-3.
Yeah.
And he has 2 chairs and a fucking dome piece on his top of his shoulders coming out.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Because I was watching this with my brother, and my brother was like, God damn, he's got a noggin. That's what he said.
Yeah.
I hadn't heard that said in a while. Noggin.
Yeah, noggin.
That's how fucking big his head is. So he comes out with 2 chairs. So him, Balor, and Dom decide to rush the ring, start attacking them. And Priest stands there like, what the fuck, man? Like, he's like, all right, I guess so. So by the time Priest gets down to the ring, he's taking a 4-on-1 beating. And he is getting chair shot after chair shot from Cody. And after that, Judgment Day retreats. And that's really the end of that. And like you said, I really don't care. And I can't wait till we talk about a slightly variated story about this next week of how it went down.
Yeah, for real. Same thing. Rinse, wash, and repeat.
Here's what I think about this Judgment Day shit. This goes into the next segment. Sheesh.
Yeah.
Next up, we got Otis versus Bronson Reed. And I don't know if you saw this, but they did a tale of the tape.
No, I didn't.
And they tried to tell me that Bronson Reed is 6 foot tall.
No fucking way.
330. If Bronson Reed's 6 foot tall, 330, then Adam Cole is 6'4", 230.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, that's just ridiculous.
You know,
when I see Bronson Reed, I just think like he's 7 foot wide, and you can't teach that.
Yeah.
That's what my brother used to say about Funkasaurus.
Yeah.
When we see him in clips when we watch wrestling after Enzo and them, he was like, he's 7 foot wide.
Horrible. I wrote down in my notes, small meeting men slapping meat.
Yeah. I mean, Otis, when he did the caterpillar, it looked like he jacked his chin like 3 straight times. He was woozy at the end.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I wrote down my other thing I wrote down too. I said this is the Gen Z version of Tugboat versus Earthquake.
Oh man, I love Tugboat. I love Earthquake. I
love them too. That's what I'm saying. Like this, but the Gen Z sucks. So that's why I wrote that.
So after the caterpillar, he goes for a Vader bomb. He misses it. Bronson goes to the top rope, hits Tsunami for the win.
Yeah, it's splash
throat yawn.
Yep.
Nothing appealing about him or this.
Nothing.
But I wrote love Otis.
Love Otis. Can't stand Reed.
And Maxine looked good.
Yes, she did.
So backstage, there's Pierce, and he's letting some know that he still hadn't finalized the Smackdown trade, but we all know who it is.
Yeah. And
Tegan Knox walks up and asks Pierce for the winner of the Tiffany Stratton versus Becky Lynch match this Saturday at NXT's No Mercy. And right as she gets those words out of her mouth, Natalya walks up. Ugh, she sucks. I wrote, Natalya walks up. She sucks. They have a match. Goody. Those are my notes.
I wrote, wasted my time watching that.
Yes.
That's literally what I wrote.
Similar note. All right. Next up, we have Tommaso Ciampa versus Ludwig Kaiser.
Yeah.
So basically, I got it. It was a quick, short match. Like, there's nothing to it. It's more of what happened afterwards.
Yeah.
But Giovanni Vinci interferes, and he eats a knee.
Yeah.
Ref gets distracted. Ludwig's pissed. Ripcord knee, 1, 2, 3. Looked devastating. Looked good. Yeah.
Michael Cole called it. He hits him with the running knee. I'm like, bro.
Oh yeah,
he didn't run. That. I'm like, he didn't run, dude.
No. I mean, that's what I call running if someone asked me if I ran. But, that ain't running.
Good call.
Next up, we got a Dragon League package promoting him in NXT. Shows what he's all about. He's a high flyer. Mm-hmm. I don't know if you know this. If you know who Roosh from AEW is, that's his brother.
Unfortunately, yeah.
Oh, okay. Yeah, he likes to put the blood on his hand and not lick it, but lick it.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
Yeah. Next up, we got NXT Women's Champion Becky Lynch coming out to a big ovation.
Yeah.
And I wrote, she had on some tight ass black pants. They look good.
Yum-y.
Yum, 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 yum.
Yum, yum.
She joins the commentary table because we get this wonderful match between Tegan Knox and Natty. Match goes back and forth. Tegan went for the laziest wizard, followed by the shittiest wizard.
Yeah.
And that's all I got on that.
Yeah.
Do you have anything to add to that wonderful women's match?
I have 3 pieces of notes. I said stupid ass arm reversals. I said they wrestled and then they decide to shove each other as if it's on mid-fight. And then what makes
was
this...
on, by the way.
Yeah, it was so dumb. And then my question to you was, her finishing move is called the shiniest wizard. What makes it the shiniest wizard? Because it looks...
it's the move is called a shining wizard.
Yeah.
But she never hits it well at all.
Yeah. So why is the shiniest?
I don't know.
What I mean? It's a horrible move for her.
Shittiest, stupidest. I'm running out of adjectives.
If you can perform the move right, I could definitely get behind the shiniest wizard.
But she can shine my wizard, but I don't want the shining wizard. Yeah.
I'll take that.
Yeah, absolutely. Oh yeah. We would talk about that situation. A whole different ballgame.
Different story for different.
Tegan Knox just went way up in the rankings.
Yeah. Yeah, she's
all right, so backstage, Priest is pissed off, and the Judgment Day's backstage talking to each other with JD McDonough, and then Priest comes in, and he's pissed off, and he grabs JD McDumb shit is what I wrote.
Yeah.
He tells him, I took a beating because of you. He was like, I don't care who your friends are.
Yeah.
You were never joining Judgment Day, ever.
Yeah.
And that was the end of that segment. It was awesome. Like, Priest was pissed.
Yeah.
And like it started reminding me of like when Priest was in NXT and he would be getting pissed. He would be banging bitches in the hot tub, and then he'd come out and he'd be pissed about something. Then he'd win the NXT North American Championship. And then he'd go back to the hot tub and he'd bang the women.
Yeah.
But so I thought that was awesome. But I don't know if there's another thing you picked up on. Whenever this happens, if Seth Rollins comes out, Becky Lynch is the next segment. Becky Lynch comes out, Seth Rollins is the next segment every week.
Probably so they can get them out of there together.
I guess so. It's just coming predictable now. Like I'm starting to know. Okay, great. Seth Rollins is going to be next.
I don't care, so I didn't pay attention.
Oh, okay.
It's like Becky Lynch's NXT just doesn't intrigue me at all.
No, not at all.
At all.
No.
Seth Rollins with the Shinsuke stuff is great.
Oh, dude. Oh, man. That Shinsuke, I'll get to it, but that was one of my favorite parts of the show.
Yeah, me too.
All right, so out comes the World Heavyweight Champion, Seth freaking Rollins. He comes out to a pretty large ovation, as usual. Per usual. He's basking in the ring. They give about 45 seconds singing his song. And he starts telling Shinsuke he needs to accept his challenge or he's moving on. Plenty of worthy competitors in the back. And then a video comes on and Shinsuke is doing his awesome heel Japanese subtitles at the bottom.
So good.
I don't even want to read the subtitles. So I'm just looking at his facials because they're so awesome. And I understand. I understood. I thought I did what he was trying to say without even reading the subtitles. But one thing I did learn is I do know that the word chance in Japanese is the same in English. Because anytime he had to say the word chance, which he said like 5 times, it would be the only word not in Japanese. So I guess there is no word in Japan for
probably not
chance.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I didn't notice.
Chance. You either do it or they cut your hands off.
Sorry. That's too funny.
You don't get chances in Japan.
And that's the last episode of Sofa King Smarks.
Yeah, Shinsuke proposes. He said something like it was going to be the most deadly or something match, barbaric. I can't remember the terminology they used in the subtitles. But he goes, last Man, standing. And I'm like, God damn it. Like, didn't they just do this with somebody?
Yeah.
And then at Fastlane, which, by the way, in my notes, I kept writing Payback and crossing it out and having to write Fastlane because the same stupid
tomato
premium live event.
Yeah.
Back to back.
Yeah.
So Rollins accepts after a long pause. He has to reflect on his life, his wife, his daughter, whatever he's going to wear tomorrow and next week, I guess. But then he accepts. Mm-hmm. He finally accepts. And I just, at this point, I like Seth Rollins. He's always been one of my favorites. Love it.
Me too.
Cash In's great. I loved him with J&J Security. It was awesome.
Oh, phenomenal.
Oh, my God. If we can go back to J&J Security.
It was good.
Yeah, it's so good. But I just wrote, they need to get the title off of him. I don't even care if it's Priest. I just want another. I'd like Shinsuke to win it, actually.
Yeah.
And what I think is going to happen is either Shinsuke wins it, and Priest cashes in, or Seth Rollins wins it and he just keeps holding it for even longer.
Yeah, I think he drops it too to go through at Mania.
Yeah, but I'm ready for him to lose that title. Now, apparently, he's got some like legitimate back issues that need to be taken care of.
Yeah, he does.
So next up, backstage, Ricochet was on crutches. I'm not sure why, but all I wrote was "still sucks on the mic."
I don't remember this.
And then he said he was the highlight of the night, and I said shittiest on the mic.
Yeah, Jesus.
I don't even remember what he talked about, nor do I care.
No, I don't even care either. I didn't even see that. The hell was I doing? Something better.
So back to what the Dragon Lee versus Dirty Dom North American Championship match that they're pushing on, having NXT matches on Raw because they still got to get that media rights deal done for Raw and NXT. So they're having some crossover appeal. But this match was way better than I thought it was going to be.
That was a banger.
They gave it time. Mm-hmm. You know, I mean, I did at the beginning watch a lot of Monday Night Football because there were some turnovers going on in those boring games. It was like a 5-minute sequence where stuff was happening. And so, but I do remember the beginning of the match. There was a lot of leg slapping.
Yeah, a lot
of leg slapping. But the crowd was big time behind Dragon Lee.
Yeah, there was a part where Dragon Lee lifts Dom into the corner, and then as he shoves him up in the air, he does a super kick midair, and as Dom's going up, it would look pretty. It was cool.
Awesome.
It was great.
Yeah, that dude's great.
Yeah, Dom's a great worker, man. I think he put Dragon Lee over with his selling because that when Dragon Lee did that power bomb, the way Dom folded was amazing. It looked like it fucking hurt. Too. Yeah, it looked like it hurt.
Yeah, Dom's getting better and better every week.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah, just a little bit. All right, so Dom. At the end, he ends up winning the match with a frog splash. Did you see the kid celebrating after in the crowd?
No.
Oh, you didn't see Mini Theo Vaughn?
No.
Oh, dude, Mini Theo Vaughn. They panned to this one kid. He's on floor seats. He looks just like Theo Vaughn.
Oh, man.
Same mullet. And he is the only kid in the entire arena celebrating that Dominic won. And I was pumped for it. I was like, Theo Vaughn loves Dominic. Yes.
Little Theo.
Yeah, little Theo. Mini Vaughn. Yeah, that was pretty cool.
I'll go back and watch it.
Next up, we got the Irresistible Force meets Nia Jax. In my notes,
we should do like a fast forward on these segments because they're garbage.
What's up?
I said we should do like those fast forward segments because these are just so bad.
Well, I do want to say this one thing. When I see Nia Jax, we'll just skip this whole segment after. But when I see Nia Jax, there's just this one scene from one of my favorite movies of all time. I watch it every holiday season around Christmas, and it's called Home Alone.
Yeah. And
it's when Kevin McAllister is in Buzz's room, and he's rummaging through his stuff. And he pulls out his picture, and he goes, Buzz's
yeah. Yeah.
Every time I see Nia Jax, I just go, whoa. And that's just what, and it makes me laugh.
Yeah.
But basically, she says some bullshit.
She says she's the baddest human in WWE.
The fattest human? Is that what she said?
I mean, I heard baddest, but it could have been fattest.
Oh man, closed captioning said fattest. I'm just saying. Yeah. I mean, she had a new theme. I wrote that sucks.
Yeah, it sucks.
Yeah, but moving on. I don't know.
Yeah. Even the match was fucking garbage.
All right, Jey Uso's backstage.
Yeah.
And he's saying he ain't joining no groups. And all of a sudden he goes, I ain't joining no group sex. And I'm like, what? I couldn't tell if he said group text or sex. But I couldn't remind it because of my cable situation where my DVR got kicked out. So I'm like, what? I just had to go on what I thought he said.
I just said group. I heard group sex, so I can just be happy and move along.
You wrote group sex too?
Yeah, I did.
That's why he said group sex.
That's what I thought.
Yeah, I think he was talking about Rhea Ripley though.
I'm like, okay. Is this? Do I have to go to the website to watch this?
Yes. It's called Brother.
Is that xxxe.com? Upside down pineapple.
Yeah. All right, next up, we got Miz TV hosting Drew McIntyre.
This was
and he's talking to McIntyre, and he talked about how he left Jay behind last week, and Miz says, I'd have left you behind too. I'd have done the same thing. McIntyre, and how he's the same as McIntyre. McIntyre says, I'm nothing like you, Miz. You know, they says they aren't the same. And then Miz just starts poking at him. He goes, you remember Clash of the Castle? You remember Jay fucking? Remember?
Mm-hmm.
Remember that time he screwed you too? And then so Drew then says karma's a bitch. So what the hell? Miz called Drew Batman and Cody Superman. And this is where I got lost. I was like, what the hell is he talking about?
Huh.
I missed remember that?
No, I missed. There's this part where I missed this segment, and I had to watch it on the WWE website, and they didn't talk about that.
See, I couldn't find it, and they didn't. I couldn't rewind because of my DVR being messed up.
Yeah.
So all of my notes are like me hearing it live and just having to write down what I thought they said.
Oh, okay.
And Miz started saying something about Superman, calling Drew Batman and Cody Superman.
I have no
But
idea.
I
thought the segment
I don't know what he was
flat.
referencing, but it couldn't have been good.
No, I thought this segment was super flat. The only thing I liked was the whole "shut up, Miz" part.
I'm still not sure about that.
Yeah, that was awesome. When he kept telling him to shut up.
Yeah, Miz was trying so hard.
Well, also, so Kofi and Woods come out.
Yeah,
and they was like, they didn't know he was a coward because the old Drew, Big D,
so flat.
He wouldn't have done that. But the new Drews have a little shrinkage.
Mm-hmm.
Did his big sword go a little too limp? I like the little dick jokes they had going there. That was pretty solid.
Because he's a big dick.
They tell Drew that he should have stayed to help Jay last week, and he's tired of New Day defending Jay. Day's just trying to make things right,
Yeah.
And this is the point where he keeps telling Miz to shut up because he's trying to poke the bear more.
Yeah.
And just go, yeah.
Little weasel. Little weasel Miz.
Like when the Miz raised his hand in the air the first time, I just started laughing.
Yeah.
He started looking around. He's like, what the fuck? They know what this fucking means.
Yeah. It's not working.
Drew keeps talking, and then Miz is just pissed. Miz is phenomenal. I love Miz.
He's great. He's fucking great. Yeah,
And
I'll argue with
Miz,
that anybody.
Yeah, and Miz just gets on like this. When my head goes up, your mouth goes, and then Glasgow kiss, boom, drops him. Best part of the segment.
Yeah, he was trying not to laugh so hard, Miz, during that part. It was great. That part was great.
See, the moments like that are why I slog through the second and third hour of Raw.
Yeah.
All right, so next up, Ludwig's backstage, and he's still hitting on Maxine. He tells Alpha Academy they're a bunch of losers. But Gable said he's still locked on the Intercontinental Championship. He's going to get back from Gunther. And he has a little bass in his voice when he says it too. Like he was like, I'm getting it back, and it's going to be mine. And he was like, and you can go back to Fada and tell him.
Yeah.
And then he was like, I speed, I fucking damn. I was like, what the fuck?
Yeah, it was great. his promo skills they've come along a long way.
Yeah.
It's great.
Next up, we got Drew and Kofi. They had a quick little match just to get to the end of the match.
Yeah.
Every week now, when Drew hits Claymore, it's in devastating fashion.
Yeah.
You know, he did it like 2 weeks ago or a couple weeks ago to Woods, and it was like he was going for like a discus clothesline.
Mhm.
Boom. I can't remember who he hit like 3 weeks before, and I think it was Ricochet where he did like a springboard off the middle rope, maybe.
I don't
And
remember.
this week he hit it on Kofi after he just threw him away like a piece of meat.
Yeah. Yeah,
Like,
he did.
Like he threw him away like a piece of meat and just hit it with a devastating Claymore. Kofi sold it amazing.
Yeah.
So then out comes Ivar. He comes down to the ring. He starts beating up
and beat the shit out of him.
Yeah, beat the shit out of Kofi. And then he hits him with a big man moonsault.
Yeah.
Big Van Vader style.
Yep.
As McIntyre once again looked on and did nothing. Ladies and gentlemen, we have a Scottish psychopath loading.
Yes, we do.
Yes.
The Alabama slam to Kofi on the apron was fucking
That was
awesome.
devastating.
Yeah, looked good.
Nothing about that looked like it landed in a safe position for the man.
No, not at all.
That looks like the way you'd want to hit it for real.
Yeah.
Great props to Kofi. He just kept trucking through, dude.
Yeah, he did.
All right, so backstage, Gunther is pissed at Giovanni Vinci and Ludwig Kaiser. But he also tells him he did not expect much from them. And Ludwig Kaiser is like, what the fuck, man? He started blaming Vinci. You know?
What the fuck, bro?
Yeah. And so Gunther tells Ludwig that Vinci is now his responsibility. He screws up, you screw up. And he makes a claim that he will beat Ciampa himself and retain his Intercontinental Heavyweight Championship.
Is that a Fastlane match?
Is
that a Fastlane match? Probably.
I don't know if it's a Fastlane match because they made it sound like
next week.
They didn't say next week either. I feel like they're going to do the thing where they're like 2 weeks from now because they start doing that now so Vince McMahon can't screw with booking.
Yeah. Well, next week is the go-home show for Fastlane, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah. So they might tease it for next week and then do a match at Fastlane.
They might. All right, next up is the main event. Is this the main event?
Yeah, this is the main event.
Yeah, this is the main event. They had a rematch from the Pittsburgh Steel City Street Fight at Payback.
Which was great.
Judgment Day, the undisputed tag team champions, versus Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn trying to regain their championships that they won in glorious fashion at WrestleMania 39. Once again, you were there live. You saw that.
I cried.
Yeah. I didn't cry, but my eyes were watery.
Oh, yeah. Well, that's crying, man.
Yeah. It was awesome. Dude, I was invested.
Yeah, me too.
But once again, Michael fucking Cole told me about the goddamn champion's advantage one more fucking time.
Your voice, it went from happy to just like, oh, I'm gonna fucking rip this guy's head off.
I'm so fed up, dude. Oh my god, kindergartners know the fucking rules. They know them better than adults.
Oh shit, that's great.
Man.
That's great.
You watch go to wrestling, you see a 6-year-old, he's like, hey, he's been outside the ring for 11 seconds. What the hell, ref? I'm like, yeah, he knows the fucking rules.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
Oh shit.
But awesome, like during the when they were doing the pregame or pre-match announcements,
yeah,
like Sami Zayn and KO were fucking hype.
Yeah, they were.
They were hype. KO either hit some smelling salts before he came out there because he was on one.
Yeah.
Like early on, KO is taunting the shit out of Priest while he's
what they're doing
on Balor. Because they get into a shoving match off the rip, shove each other outside, go to commercial. So when they come back, you know, KO has the upper hand on Balor, and he's just taunting the shit out of Priest the entire time, just talking shit, jawing to him, headlock, jawing. You know, it was awesome. Because I love when Kevin Owens is talking shit during the match. But then Damian Priest maybe hits the second most devastating move in the history of professional wrestling behind the Hulk Hogan back rake. and that was the box to the ears. I mean, that would have put a lesser man down. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. That
What a stupid fucking move. Sometimes I can't suspend belief on something. Like, I got to draw a line somewhere.
It's because you don't understand how strong they are.
I do underestimate the power of.
And you think that for a common man like you and I, it might not hurt if you do it to me, I do it to you. But when you have someone as powerful as these guys, as these superstars, it's devastating.
Especially if you got some of that Triple HGH. Dude. That Hunter Hearst growth hormone, I'm telling you, dude, it'd make you a young man real quick.
It's so stupid, man.
All right.
Oh, jeez.
During the match, at one point, Kevin Owens just goes on a rampage. Back and forth. Hits a big frog splash for a 2 count. The crowd wanted the 3 bad.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
I mean, me and you both know it wasn't over there, but.
No, sir.
Yeah.
We're not stupid.
Yeah. And then at one point, Kevin Owens reverses a hurricanrana on Balor from the top rope and hits a rolling senton from the top. That looked incredible.
That looked great.
Yeah. Then he goes back to the top and Balor because he goes for a swanton and Balor gets his knees up. And let's see. Then Balor goes to the top rope, coup de grace, goes for the win. Sammy breaks up the pin. Sammy has a haluva kick, has Balor set up for a haluva kick in the corner. Then out comes Dirty Dom for a distraction. But actually, it just distracts for a huge Blue Thunder Bomb on Priest for 2.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was awesome. I love the Blue Thunder Bomb.
Me too. One of my favorite moves.
Win every once in a while.
Yeah, let him win with that.
Yeah, it won one match like 3 to 6 months ago, and I popped. I can't remember who it was, but
yeah, I don't remember either.
Then so now out comes Jay to beat up Dom, and the action spills out to the announce table area, and then JD McDumb shit comes out of nowhere. Michael Cole just keeps yelling out, "Drive by!"
Yeah.
Good God Almighty!
And he loses.
Almighty!
He loses his voice.
Shut the fuck up, Cole.
Yeah.
They're not even looking at that. And then out comes Cody Rhodes, and he hits a tope on JD Numbnuts.
Oh, he fucking launches him.
And instantly he's in his ring gear, and I go, dark match.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep. I'm sure that's what it was.
So Jay and Cody start stomping Dom. Kevin Owens hits a stunner to Balor. Sammy hits a haluva to Priest. And at this point, I'm like, oh, maybe. You got me hooked a little bit. But then right after the haluva kick, JD McNumbnuts takes a title to the face. Priest, 1, 2, 3. Judgment Day retained.
Yeah.
And then after the match, Jay and Cody attack Judgment Day on the ramp.
Yeah.
There's a big tussle in the ring. Dom takes a big stunner. Thanks for coming. That's what I wrote. Show ends.
I wanted to point out the stunner haluva kick combo that they do at the end for the finisher. It's so smooth. I love it.
Oh yeah, it's awesome.
So good. One of my keynotes was when at the end when Jay comes out, he like Superman punches to Balor, but he misses him by a mile, and Balor sells it. It's like, come on.
Yeah.
That whole ending was. It felt so forced. It felt so unorganized. It was a dumb ending, in my opinion.
They could have done without all the other bullshit and just had JD McDumb shit hit him with the title out of nowhere.
Yeah.
If he would have came out of nowhere just right then, with no other shenanigans going on, right after that haluva kick when you're hooked and you're not seeing the shenanigans, so you're not thinking, oh, here comes that same shit every week, and he just pops out of nowhere and hits him with that title. That would have been a way better ending. Yeah,
we know this is going to continue until after Survivor Series, especially if they're going to do War Games.
It's going to last longer than Roman Reigns' title reign.
Yeah. Why don't you let the bad guys stand strong instead of having this whole scramble and chaos at the end? Let Judgment Day stands tall. They won. Let them do it.
Yeah, I mean, I like when the good guys come out on top. I mean, the bad guys come out on top.
Yeah, me too.
Especially at the end of the show. And
Me too.
I mean, I saw children crying in Charlotte a few years ago because it was when it was Raw versus SmackDown. Kurt Angle was the GM, and Shane McMahon was the SmackDown GM. And the Shield came out on the Go Home show before Survivor Series.
Mm-hmm.
And then all of a sudden, Braun Strowman came out, and they decimated the Shield. And all the children were crying. Roman Reigns was dead, and it made for a great ending. Like,
yeah,
the good guys don't always have to come out on top.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
And also the thing with baby faces, the chase is always so much like once Cody finishes the story, he's going to absolutely suck.
Yeah, it's going to be horrible.
We are going to be wishing that title off of him faster than you could say WrestleMania Backlash.
Yeah, I agree.
I'm telling you.
I agree 100%. I didn't even think about that. You're absolutely right.
Yes.
Because look at Seth Rollins.
The chase is always better.
Look at Seth Rollins. I think he's it's kind of dumb now. It's kind of vanilla, him just fighting with Shinsuke. Even though it's going to be a great match, but it just doesn't feel as exciting as when they're going after it.
No, not at all.
Not at all.
When they opened WrestleMania 35, when him beating Lesnar, and everyone's going nuts because the title's finally off Lesnar.
Mm-hmm.
And then by the time he's facing the Fiend in Hell in a Cell, they're fucking fed up with his ass.
Yeah.
They want it. Yeah. It's all about the chase.
Mm-hmm.
Wrestling is better when a babyface has to foil a heel's plans.
Yeah.
Yeah. And fighting from the bottom. I'm just not a fan of long babyface title runs.
Yeah.
I'm a fan of long heel title runs. One of the greatest heel title runs, one of the most underappreciated heel title runs of all time. Me and my brother go back and watch clips all the time. And at the time, we hated it. We thought it was the drizzling fucking doo-doo. But we go back and watch JBL's clips of when he was the champion. Oh, my God. That border crossing video. My stomach hurts every time I watch it laughing.
Oh, my God. I always send that to my buddies.
Yes. JBL's title reign. I mean, he talked about
wrestling god.
Affirmative. He was a wrestling god.
Yeah.
He was
so
in
good.
Greenville, South Carolina.
Yeah.
Talking about affirmative action.
Yeah. Oh, you hated this guy.
Yeah. He was awesome. And I hated him so much then. Just like Hollywood Hogan. He turned heel when I was 10 years old. I hated his guts. I go back and I was like, God, this shit is so awesome.
Fuck that guy. The funny thing about JBL, he's talking all this shit, and he's actually a prick in real life, so it's even better.
Yeah, he's also like one of the richest WWE superstars that's not like a movie star because he invested all his money in real estate. Yeah,
he knew what to do. When he had the cabinet with Orlando Jones and the Basham brothers.
Yeah, the cabinet.
It was
what
great.
Was that woman's name? Daphne?
Oh, I don't remember.
I think it was Daphne.
No, it wasn't Daphne. Fuck. It wasn't Daphne. I know that for a fact, but she's the one that sang horribly.
Yeah, she's not singing good.
Yeah. It was that whole run with John Cena taking the belt after him. Good.
Well, JBL had to retire because his last match. No, that was not the title. That was when he lost the U.S. title. Never mind.
Yeah, when he lost to Ray, that's when he retired.
Yeah. I had him backwards.
Jillian Hall.
Jillian Hall, that was it. Yeah. Did she have the mole on her face?
I don't remember.
Is that her?
She was. No, she did not. She was just. She was just cringy with the singing.
No, I meant you remember when they had the fake mole?
Oh, I don't remember that.
Oh, okay.
Let me see.
It was around the time of Goldmember, and they made the mole joke, and Vince McMahon caught wind of it. And he was like, "Oh, we got to put a big mole on her face. She'll be hideous."
Yeah. She was, and then didn't someone?
But it was the size of
Yeah, I pulled up a picture.
Ball.
Yeah, it was a growth. So
and they had like hairs coming out of it.
Yeah.
Oh man. Well, that was the end of Raw.
That was the end of Raw.
Yeah, SmackDown was way better, so I'm glad you got to go to that show.
Yes, Raw was painful, man.
Because, dude, when you go to Raw with all those commercial breaks in 3 hours, it is so much time just watching people standing in the middle of the ring for 4 minutes in a row.
Yeah.
And, that's one thing I will say about AEW because their pacing sucks. When you go to a show, you don't even have time to piss.
Yeah, it's constant.
Yeah, it's just constant. So there's no boring segment parts where you're just like going, what are they doing?
Yeah, let me go pee, motherfuckers.
And if there was a part where nothing's going on, Justin Roberts is in the middle of the ring doing stand-up comedy.
Yeah.
Like he's entertaining you.
Yeah,
they might not be the best jokes, but it's
no
better than just watching Natalya stand in the corner for 4.5 minutes.
It's the worst dad jokes you can think of.
They're not good.
They're not good. At least with SmackDown, they had the crowd pleasers. Hey, who dances like an idiot more, or who has the best sign, or whatever.
Did what's her name get on the microphone a bunch and doesn't she sing to y'all?
No, she did nothing. Then nothing happened. Just more of fan cams. That's it.
Oh, okay. Did they do the people's eyebrow cam?
No.
Oh.
Nothing. It was not. It was
The Rock. Did not do the people's eyebrow cam.
It was nothing.
They did that at SmackDown in February.
Yeah, nothing worth talking about. They did at the SmackDown.
Huh. Man.
So yeah.
Let's see here. What we got next? Let's talk about some just news and speculation going on in the WWE this week.
Yeah, I got a few notes here. Let me pull up my website here because where are we? So I think the biggest one right now is like you mentioned, and I wanted to touch base on this one. LA Knight getting COVID before the show. And you talked about how they had 15,000 people and 11,000 ticket sales. Well, before the show started, Ticketmaster was actually refunding tickets for customers who paid, and they still got to attend the show.
Really?
Yeah. So I think that's where the disconnect is at. If there were 15,000 people, then you had 4,000 people get their money back.
They were refunding them, but then letting them come in.
Yes. Huh. Which is unheard of. I got there right at 4:45 when it started. So, but they were refunding those tickets because of LA Knight, the big segment.
Oh, I get it now.
Yeah, people wanted to see LA Knight, and because he wasn't on the show, they started refunding those tickets. My bad. I should have let off with that.
No, you're good. I was just sitting there they're just like, hey man, we're gonna give you your money back, but come on in and enjoy the show. I'm like,
yeah,
oh, shit, they never asked me that.
Come on, man, you can't read my mind.
You never know what Ticketmaster's up to, dude. Those guys are sticking it to you left and right.
Yeah. In other news, I'm just going down the list. I just think the news is interesting. Ron Van Dam was on the Chris Van Vliet show on the Inside podcast, and he was talking about how he lost his WWE Hall of Fame, and I think his Hall of Fame ring. And I think that's freaking hilarious because it would be Ron Van Dam who would lose his.
Who else but Quagmire?
Yeah. Who else but Quagmire? Go. Yeah. Who else but Ron Van Dam would lose his fucking ring? Goddamn marijuana smoker.
He's Rob fucking Van Dam.
Yeah.
The whole effing show. What else you got there, bud?
Let's see here. WWE's advertising Roman Reigns for their next upcoming event. Supposedly, we haven't seen Roman Reigns since, I believe, SummerSlam, right?
2019?
Wait, what?
2019. It's been a while. It's like a few years, I feel like. We haven't seen Roman Reigns.
Oh, yeah. I was confused. I was like, what? Really? No. Threw me the fuck off. So apparently, Roman Reigns is going to show up on the episode of SmackDown October 27th. He's going to be promoting his match November 4th in Saudi Arabia. So,
okay, because I have him. They said yesterday that he's returning Friday the 13th.
which that's what I
Both of
thought too. But this one
They canceled
here,
that?
yeah, it says they announced originally it was October 30th, but then
I know what they did. They announced them,
Yeah.
sold 2,000 tickets.
yeah,
Those motherfuckers.
but he's advertised for the 27th.
So we'll split the difference. He'll be on the 21st episode.
yeah, we'll take the half on that.
Yeah.
Take the under.
Yeah. Split it, yeah. I'll take the points. Can I
Yeah,
take the points on that
Yeah,
one?
yeah, take the points. Did you know that Hulk Hogan got married again?
Yes. His daughter did not attend.
Yes, that's she says I have chosen to create some distance between myself and my family. No shit.
Well, yeah, there's only like 3 years distance between her and her stepmom. So
Yeah, exactly. It's so stupid. I didn't even know Hulk Hogan got married until when I looked at this report for today.
I mean, like I saw him walking around recently. I'm like, Hulk Hogan still fucks? Damn, brother.
I mean,
say your prayers, eat your vitamins, bust
Yeah.
a nut. I mean, you gotta do what you gotta do.
say your prayer, eat your Viagra's.
Yeah, say your prayers, eat your Viagra.
The last noteworthy news that I have here is Kevin Nash says that he has no plans to enter the Royal Rumble and eliminate LA Knight because of all that back and forth he'd had with each other, which is great. I think it's great that
That's
Kevin
funny
Nash opens his
neither
fucking
does WWE.
Yeah,
I don't care if Triple H ran in Endeavor.
yeah,
Kevin Nash ain't coming out of the fucking Royal Rumble.
yeah. But I think it's his own podcast where he said that. Like,
Oh
of
no,
course
his podcast is awesome. He's
Yeah.
great.
yeah, the click this, but
Click this.
no one wants to see this. No one's gonna.
No,
one's
no,
gonna
no,
want
no,
this.
no, no,
Why
no.
would you even put yourself in the position that you're gonna eliminate the hottest star in wrestling right now?
Probably gave him COVID.
Yeah, probably give him COVID. That's all I have. That's all I have for news. Anything newsworthy?
Oh, okay. I got a couple things.
Okay, let's go. What's up?
All right. So ESPN reported this week that Jade Cargill, formerly AEW superstar, former TBS champion, she showed up to the PC this week. ESPN broke the news that she has signed with WWE officially, even though it had been in the air for about the better part of the last 2 weeks.
Mm-hmm.
It was made official yesterday. It was even more made official by the fact that Triple H tweeted about it, that she had been signed. So they're making a big deal out of it. I think they're going to push her like a star. Hopefully she gets the awesome in-ring training at the PC because she has mega star written all over her.
She looks like $1 million.
Yes. And the crazy thing is she's so driven, she doesn't even need money. Her husband made like almost $100 million playing baseball.
Yeah.
So the fact that she's so driven to do this and still wants it and left AEW to go to WWE to take a bigger schedule to be away from her family more, I think she's going to actually bust her ass and do good.
I hope so.
I'm pumped about it.
I hope so. When she was in AEW, when she went over on that undefeated streak, you could tell that she had potential, but you can also tell that she did not train or practice with anybody.
Yeah, she went 60-0, and that was over like 3.5 years.
Yeah. Which it got
and
very
maybe the longest match other than like the first 40 matches, they were never longer than 5 minutes.
No. When she came out,
it was 9:25 on a Wednesday.
When she cosplayed as She-Hulk, bust a fucking nut. But
her Instagram is something else.
According to the rumors, WWE trademarked the name Jada Parker.
Yeah, Jada Parker. I also had that. I think Parker is her last name.
Tiana Caffrey is her name.
Never mind. I don't know shit about dick. Scratch that. I don't know where I got that from.
I think because
you said rumor, so I started one. I guess.
Yeah, that's no. That's what I'm saying. The rumor is that I don't know if that's official about the trademark, but that's what I'm looking at here. But yeah, her name is Tiana Caffey.
Oh, okay.
Caffey, something like that. Something like that.
Something like that.
What else? What else you got?
All right. Also have The Rock has been announced that he will be in Australia for the Elimination Chamber.
Yeah.
Doesn't mean he's going to wrestle. They have not said what capacity he's going to be there, what he's doing. But based off this tweet from Grayson Waller, where he said, "Don't be silly and try to come to Australia, Dwayne. We want you healthy in April." So I foresee a Grayson Waller effect where The Rock interrupts or something along those lines at the Elimination Chamber.
Something
like that. So, because he's already been planting the seeds for a while, Waller has. He's been talking about The Rock for a few months now.
Yeah, he has. They better not have some stupid ass segment at WrestleMania with Darren Waller.
You did what I did earlier.
Yeah. I did. With Grayson Waller.
I was like, "Did you see the tweet Darren Waller sent to The Rock?"
I'm like, what? No. What the fuck are you talking about?
All right, that's all I got for news. The only thing I have under the speculation department, this is pure speculation. We don't know. This is allegedly hearsay.
We might have made this up.
Yeah, rumor. We might be spreading our own rumors.
Yeah.
It's not the only thing we're spreading.
Yeah.
Triple H and Stephanie are allegedly separated and potentially getting a divorce.
That sucks.
That comes at a big time when both of them just got lucrative payouts after the Endeavor deal. And, I mean, I think they have 3 daughters. And they're getting pretty.
Yeah.
When I say grown up, I mean, like, I'm pretty sure they're all older than 10.
Yeah,
so,
I believe so.
And Triple H, Stephanie's been out of the company for 6, 7, 8 months now.
Yeah, a few months
and
when
Triple H is constantly
Vince
on the
came
road.
back.
And I'm saying this in quotes, running creative. But so, I mean, you got to think when she was with the company, they saw each other more. And I'd have to imagine with the Vince McMahon board vote they had where everyone voted unanimously against him coming back. And then that led to within, I want to say 14 days, she was like, "I'm stepping away from the company." I don't know. I'm not.
Yeah, it sucks.
I've never seen it. Not many people get separated and don't get divorced.
Yeah. Sometimes some couples just need some time off. One thing about speculating is that just because they're separated doesn't mean that maybe they're not in love anymore. Things like that. They just need some time apart, and good for them if they're doing it. If they need some time apart to figure out what they want, good for them.
Yeah, absolutely. Hey, do what's best for you.
Yeah, do what's best for you and your family.
Stephanie.
But
I mean, Vince already whored his daughter out for 20 years on TV.
What's this guy's name?
They might as well run the divorce angle on TV. If this was 20 years ago, this would be on TV.
Yeah. What did Bill Simmons say? Get Tess to come back in and do a cheating angle. That's how you start the divorce angle on TV.
And Nick Khan's like, "Yeah, I'm pretty sure he died a few years back."
You fucking moron.
Yeah.
That's why no one likes you, Bill Simmons.
But yeah, that's all I got for news and speculation this week.
Yeah, me too. Me too.
So basically, it was a so-so Raw. It was a pretty decent SmackDown. Even better for you being live.
Yeah, it was great.
But let's touch on one more thing before we get out of here.
Yeah.
There's a big match this weekend, right? I mean big match, I'm not talking about wrestling. I'm not talking about foosball. I'm not talking about cricket. I'm talking about the big title fight at T-Mobile Arena Saturday night. You know what I'm talking about?
Oh yeah. Oh man, I'm ready for this. It's one of the anticipated fights that I've wanted for a long time, especially because I'm not a fan of either of these two guys.
Really? I figured you'd be a huge Canelo fan.
That's the most racist thing I've ever heard from you, Chet.
Yeah, well, you gotta call it spade a spade, I guess.
No. No, I despise Canelo.
Really?
Yeah, he's.
So you're rooting for Charlo.
I'm actually not.
Shit.
I don't like.
They die? Double death?
I hope they double knock out each other. Double KO.
I hope they both drop down into Johnny Cage splits and punch each other in the dick at the same time.
No, I personally think that Canelo is one of the greatest boxers of all time. Like,
Yes,
I'm not gonna take away from that. I despise the guy because he's just one of the most arrogant pieces of crap human beings ever to exist.
Oh,
in the
I didn't
world.
know he's a piece of crap. I just
Yeah,
thought I thought he represented the Mexican culture well.
In the media, yeah, but behind the scenes, he's not a
Ah.
good guy. So I like to root for people who have good characters, aside from how good they are. Like I said, he's a great fighter, like one of the maybe top 5 best boxers ever to do it. Charlo, by the way, he's plus 310, and Canelo's minus
Yeah,
400.
he's a big underdog. He's
big
coming up 2
underdog.
weight classes. That's huge in boxing.
He's coming up 2 weight classes. He says, I don't know if you saw the press conference. He says he has his number. Everyone likes to watch tape and think they have Canelo down pat, but there's still one thing missing, is that you still have to get in the ring with him.
Yeah.
And try to fucking put your strategy in motion. And that's where people seem to fail against Canelo, is that the plan doesn't work because he's so fucking smart. His ring IQ, his boxing IQ is just on par with, I would say close to Money Mayweather.
Absolutely.
He's great.
I mean, even though Charlo's coming up 2 weight classes,
Mhm.
I'm glad Canelo's finally facing somebody that I consider a good opponent, even though it's a 2 weight class difference.
Mhm.
His last fight against John Ryder, unanimous decision, snooze fest.
Yeah. It was.
There's nothing great about it.
No.
The entire talk about that fight, and it's going to be the entire talk leading up to this one. You're going to hear it Saturday night, all throughout the night on the undercard. Is Canelo's left hand bad? Is the reported torn cartilage in his left wrist going to affect him?
Yeah.
And they're the same exact age, so you can't say age is going to be a factor.
Yeah, I think Charlo is 2 inches or 1 inch taller than Canelo, and has a 73-inch arm reach to Canelo. Around. He fucking threw me off guard.
Greatest show on girth.
Greatest show on girth. This motherfucker has a girth certificate.
Yeah, dick for days.
Dick for days. Yeah, but he's a 73-inch reach advantage opposed to Canelo's 70. So it's gonna be interesting. I think Canelo takes it in the 11th. I don't see this going the distance.
You think he's going to take it in the 11th, huh?
I mean, Charlo lost to Tony Harrison.
Yeah,
do you know
that.
Do you know who Tony?
Vision.
Yeah, do you know who Tony
He
Harrison
also,
is?
when he
Nobody.
2 fights ago when he fought Castano, that split draw, everyone was favoring Castano.
Yeah.
But
Brian
then he put a punctuation on any talk on that in the last fight with the
he beat the shit. But Castano, he was just Charlo was the problem with the Charlo twins, and I say both of them, and more with Jermell, is that he's too cocky. He overestimates himself for every single fight, and if you look at his resume, he hasn't fought anybody.
Triple G is his best opponent in my book.
Oh no, I'm talking about Charlo.
Oh, okay.
Charlo.
No, he hasn't fought nobody.
No, he hasn't fought anybody. Both Charlo and Canelo both fought Austin Trout. Canelo fought him.
Isn't that their only similar opponent?
Yeah, that's the only opponent they fought together. The same. Canelo fought him in 2013 and knocked him down and beat him with unanimous decision. And I don't remember the fight with Charlo, but I know Charlo won. Yeah, but that was 5 years later. So it's clearly a money fight. I mean, originally Canelo was supposed to fight Jermell, but I think he's going through his divorce and he had to bail from the
put
fight.
Some statement. He was like, it's not going to be me, so it's going to be my brother, or something like that.
Yeah, because he's going through some personal issues. It wasn't injury related, but if he does fight Jermell, I want 100%. Both fighters at 100%. I don't want any excuses because the Charlo twins are the biggest talkers in boxing, and you can't have an excuse if you lose.
Dude, yeah, I get you're right. I mean, and if Charlo wins, do you want to see a Jermell versus his brother for those titles?
Would I want to see it? Yes.
Will it happen? Absolutely
no.
not.
No, they already gone on record to say that they would never fight each other because it would break their mom's heart. So that's never going to
Mom
happen.
doesn't care about the fact that we beat the shit out of each other in sparring, but put the camera out there.
Exactly. Now, here's the interesting part. This is what I find interesting, is that Terrence Crawford wants the winner of this match.
Ooh, that's the number one pound for pound fighter in the world.
Number 1 pound, and obviously we know what he did with Errol Spence in that fucking mismatch, where everyone thought there was going to be one of the best boxing matches ever to take place.
No, it was a drubbing.
And don't get me wrong, I like both fighters, but I wasn't expecting Crawford to do what he did. And after he did that to Spence, now it's like, okay, who's next?
No, see, I was the opposite. I told everybody Crawford is going to whoop his ass. And a couple of my friends did not believe me. I was like, whatever, dude. He's going to put him down.
Yeah, I didn't see that coming. Be honest with you. I did not see that coming.
Because that's another problem with Crawford. Is he's such a great talent, but his promotion has just given him cupcake after cupcake after cupcake over the years. Well, and it's just like all of a sudden you just flip to ESPN and like he'd be having a title fight on a Friday night that nobody cares about. Some Johnny Come Lately from up the street.
And the problem with that is not necessarily, in my opinion, not necessarily the promoting team. It's like it's the same effect that had with Triple G Gennady Golovkin, where nobody wanted to fight him for the purse that was offered because they knew they would get their asses kicked. Same thing with Crawford. Nobody wants to fight Crawford because they know there's no money in it. It's all business. They don't fight for fights anymore. They fight for the money.
No, they're starting to make fights now.
They're starting to make fights now, but
because they see the money that's in it.
Yeah,
now they see fights like Tyson Fury is now fighting Francis Ngannou. They see the money that's generating because you got the U6 of the world who won't step up and sign the damn contract.
Yeah,
oh man, but I'm pumped for that fight next month. I mean, we got this Saturday, Charlo Alvarez, and next month we got the Gypsy King, my favorite fighter in the world.
Yeah,
that's my guy. That's my dude.
That's going to be entertaining.
And I tell everybody, I watched, and Deontay Wilder was my fucking guy going in that first fight. And when Tyson Fury sat up like the goddamn Undertaker, and fucking
that gave me chills, man.
Dude, I still watching it get chills. Yeah. Still to this day. I mean, I did a double fucking turn just like that. Fucking Stone Cold, Bret Hart, WrestleMania 13. Yeah. I've been full Tyson Fury camp ever since. The Gypsy King is fucking awesome.
Yep.
Yeah.
I agree. I feel like he's going to retire undefeated, and I think it's going to be great for boxing.
Yeah, it's going to be awesome. I mean, his story is incredible. Cocaine and alcohol addiction, undefeated champion, heavyweight champion. You relinquish your title. You go to rehab. You come back.
Better than ever.
You beat the shit out of everybody.
Yeah.
I mean, Deontay Wilder, outside of Iron Mike Tyson, is one of the most devastating right hands in the history of professional boxing.
Yeah.
At one point, he was 39-0 with 38 knockouts. And the only reason he didn't knock out the one guy is because he told him he was going to beat the shit out of him for 12 rounds just to show him he can.
Yeah.
That was it. Leading up to the Fury fight.
To prove his stamina.
Yeah. He's like, I'm not even knock you. He's like, I'm going to beat your ass for 12 rounds.
Yeah.
And he beat the shit out of him.
Yeah. Then he realized that it's not just about stamina when you fight against Tyson Fury.
No, Tyson Fury, he's a boxer.
Yeah.
Oh, man.
It's a punching bag.
I go back and watch the highlights of that fight where he weaves and dodge and misses like 14 straight punches and then just clinches up and then just starts licking them behind the ear.
Yeah. It's great. It's great. Awesome. I watch those highlights all the time. I love watching boxing highlights.
Dude, I go back and watch Hagler Hearns round 1 on the reg.
Oh, man. I just showed my son the Diego Corrales fight. The Castillo Corrales fight. I don't know if you remember that back in the 90s. One of the best boxing matches I've ever seen in my life.
There's a fight my buddy used to show me all the time between these two. I don't want to say where they're from, so I'm going to say two Hispanic fighters. And they were both like in like the 123 pound.
Yeah.
And it's one of the greatest, and I can't ever remember what it is. And I always forget to ask him about it when I talk to him. Like, what's that video we used to watch so I can watch it? It might be the one you're talking about.
I'll send you the one. Yeah, Jose Luis Castillo versus Diego Corrales. Yeah, because these guys knock each other down, and yeah, it was.
Oh yeah, this is one where they keep knocking each other down.
Yeah,
and
one looks like he's done, and he actually comes back and beats the other one.
Oh yeah,
it could be this one. I'll send you the
link. Doesn't get enough respect.
No, not at all.
No.
But one of the things I wanted to some fun facts on this fight for Canelo. If Canelo wins, he stands to win from the ticket sales, the purse, and everything around $50 million, which is the highest for a event in T-Mobile Arena.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, because before they used to do it in the MGM Grand, and that's where Money Mayweather fights and made all his money. But for T-Mobile Arena, because that's where everyone's fighting now. That not even UFC has sold as many tickets as this one, which is great. Another thing too is David Benavidez camp claims that they offered Canelo $45 million to fight him, and Canelo didn't respond.
That's the thing about Canelo is, like, I feel like he's ducking. Like, he's ducked so long that now Charlo was like, well, he's ducking everybody in his division.
Yeah.
Shit, let me come up and try this son of a bitch.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Charlo's fighting it for the money. I get it. I mean, I would too. Don't get me wrong. I would too. But if Charlo wins, that's a huge step for Charlo.
8 belts.
And if Charlo wins, I saw this thing that only him and Sugar Ray Leonard and Roy Jones Jr. have jumped 2 classes and won all the belts.
Yeah, because Roy Jones Jr. went up to heavyweight one, but then he came back down.
Yeah,
and got demolished.
Yeah, he got demolished, and Sugar Ray Leonard did the same thing. So that's good company if he wins.
Yeah, absolutely, dude.
Very good company. But Benavidez claims that he offered it, but Canelo is thinking about fighting either Badu Jack, Jaime Munguia, or he wants to rematch with Dimitri Bivol.
I only care about the Dimitri Bivol rematch of the 3. Like,
yeah, Badu Jack is.
I don't even really care. I'm just saying, there's a reason for him to want that one.
Yeah, he needs to avenge his loss.
Yeah.
Yeah, but Badu Jack, that's just going to be another Canelo, mismatch. He's
avoiding him.
Jaime Munguia, which is Mexican boxer, he's fucking great, but I think he's still inexperienced to fight him.
He doesn't have like 15 fights, right?
Jaime Munguia, yeah.
Am I thinking of the right guy?
He has very minimal fights, but
it's less than 20, I think. Professional fights. Some of these guys, they have 13 professional fights, but they have 162 amateur fights. Yeah.
This guy has Jaime Munguia. He's 26 years old. He's 42 fights.
Oh shit! I was thinking of somebody else.
Yeah, he's 42-0 with 33 wins by knockout. So he's one that would definitely be a good fight for Canelo. But again, I personally think that he doesn't have the experience yet, even though he has 43 fights. All the fights that he's had until recently have been okay. He hasn't looked all that good to fight a person like Canelo, but I think the best fight for Canelo after, if he doesn't go Crawford, it has to be David Benavidez. Has to be.
It's what it should be.
It's just what it should be. And Benavidez he's a Phoenix guy. He trains out here at one of our gyms out here in Arizona.
Like, the people who say that they have to be mandatory defenses, there should be it should also be mandatory who they defend against.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
I understand, like, you want to pick your opponent to an extent.
Yeah.
But when the guy's the guy and it's his turn.
Yeah.
You gotta let him in there.
Well, yeah. I mean,
if you think you're as good as you are, what does it matter who he is or what he's done?
Yeah. I mean, Canelo dodged Triple G before their first fight when he relinquished his title, because that Triple G was his mandatory, and Canelo relinquished his title to not fight Triple G, and he fought him 3 years later after that, because Canelo had to come up and wait to be.
Was it 3 years later the draw? Or
no,
was that
the 3 years later was the first fight.
Which was the draw, right?
The draw, yeah.
Yeah.
Well, Triple G won that.
No,
fight.
it should have been Triple G.
Yeah.
I'm just talking about the official scoring.
Yeah, the official scoring was the draw. But yeah, because he gave Canelo a chance to come up and weight. That's Canelo did the right thing. Don't get me wrong. He came back. He would not, if Canelo would have fought Triple G when he was his mandatory, he would have got destroyed by Triple G. Triple G's the bigger, harder puncher at that point.
And he was in his prime.
He was in his prime.
Canelo was good, but he was on his come up,
Yeah, he was still coming up. He wasn't fighting with the bigger guys yet. So yeah, that fuck Canelo.
Yeah, dude, I'm hyped for this fight.
Me too, man. Me too. I usually
watch. I'm gonna watch college football all day and then watch that.
Yeah, I'm gonna try to watch it on my phone because I'll be in California.
Spoiler alert: not watching No Mercy.
Oh fuck no!
No,
I'm not watching that garbage.
I will show No Mercy.
Yeah, I will show No Mercy. I'll play the video game.
Yeah, dude. Oh, I love No Mercy. Nintendo 64.
Yeah.
I bought it during the pandemic for my Nintendo 64.
Nice.
On eBay.
Nice.
Yeah. My brother was like, "Hey, you remember when we used to play No Mercy?" I was like, "Yeah, that'd be awesome." He was like, "You still got your 64?" I was like, "Yeah."
Yep.
I got on eBay. I got it for like $12. I was like, "Fuck yeah!"
Oh, Jesus,
played the shit out of it.
That's a steal.
Fucking awesome.
But yeah, that's a little bit of boxing because we decided we're gonna do some combat sports after we have
absolutely.
a big fight.
Oh, you wait till we get some big UFC events. We got UFC 294 coming up, but we got UFC 295 and 296. We got some big time fun. UFC 295 from Madison Square Garden. We got John Jones versus Stipe Miocic for the heavyweight championship of the world. And then you got UFC 296. You got Colby Covington versus Leon Edwards for the middleweight or welterweight championship. And that's going to be awesome. I love Colby Covington.
Yeah.
Dude, you come out all fucking day to Kurt Angle, and then you piss everybody off with your MAGA hat and your American flag. I just love people that piss people off.
Yeah, me too.
I could hate the reason why they're pissing them off. I love that all those people are pissed.
Yeah,
because now they're going to be even more invested to boo your ass during the fight.
Yeah. You get more sales.
The crowd makes the event.
Exactly.
Yes, a great crowd can make a shitty Raw good, tolerable. I'm not gonna say good. That was close. All right, bud. Well, I think that's our first recap of Smackdown and Raw on the Sofa King Smarks Podcast.
Yes,
if you guys enjoyed this podcast, give us a like and follow. We're on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, and YouTube currently under Sofa King Smarks Podcast. I am Chet Von Chetsky. You can follow me at Chet Is Wrestling on all major social media platforms, and you can follow at DatDudeBen DatDudeben on his social media platforms and Instagram. You got anything else, buddy?
That's it, man. Can't wait till next week where we talk about football on Tuesday.
Absolutely. And next week we're going to be having our Week 4 NFL recap.
Yep.
And we'll be projecting our Week 5 picks, and we will be back again for a Raw and SmackDown review. Ladies and gentlemen.
And Fastlane predictions.
Oh, and predictions.
And predictions for Fastlane.
Yeah, we got pay-per-view predictions next week.
Yeah, hell yeah.
Yeah. Somebody's got to start 1-0 between us in the predictions.
Yeah, for sure. For sure.
We'll see you guys next week. Thank you.
All right, guys. Thank you.